what that rumbling was. Jake's changing his tires on his truck.
There you go. We're live, guys. So, hello,
everybody. Hello.
I just literally got in from working in the driveway, so let me just see who's here. We got DNR. We know Wayne is here. Let's see, Hank is here. Everybody, let's see what else we got. Let me go through these comments real quick, and I'll tell you about what happened. I had a lot of stuff happen, to be honest. Pete is here. Rustin Rohill. Pete, Bruce, we know is here. Klaus is here.
Oh, you forgot a little makeup right there.
No shame yet here.
Makeup. All right, who else we got here? I think you got a little snow this week, didn't you, Wayne? Like for a day?
No, we got nothing.
Oh, I thought you got a little sprinkle.
No.
I think what Erica got some.
Other side of Lake Ontario.
It was gone by noon, they said, but a little sprinkle or something.
Yeah, she could have, because it should be catching some of that cold weather from
the lakes,
the northern part of Canada,
Quebec and the Arctic.
Yeah. All right. So what happened with me? Let's see. The chainsaw I rebuilt, the Husqvarna 350, which me and Tom tuned it out. Tuned it great. Oh, after about 10 minutes, I'm in the wood and it died. And I'm like, excuse me. So I'm waiting to hear what's going on with that. My buddy Wayne, who's his brother-in-law, I think is working on it. He may want to chime in if he has any status. But usually, if it's fuel-related, it'll start to go and rev higher, getting lean. If it's spark-related, usually just dies. So I don't know what happened. I'll whatever it is, I'll make good. Unless it needs a coil. I'm not going to buy a coil.
It's out of gas.
Yeah, hey, you never know, right? Ain't got no gas in it. Yeah,
Funny you should say that.
Why? You get ran out?
No, I just did a pressure washer for a guy, changed out the fuel, put a liter of the alkylate fuel in it because he's got maybe a 15-minute job and then he wants to store it.
Yeah.
So it fired right up. He just showed back up and said, it started right up. I pressed the gun in it and it shut right down on me. Wow. So anyways, I said, you know what? You just live around the corner. When I got there, he's hooking up the water. I said, hey, you got to turn the fuel on. So I opened up the fuel. He held the gun. I pulled it. It fired right up, and he's pressure washing his lawnmower now.
So what happened to me? That's funny this week. Anyway, I had a Briggs E-Series push mower. This is the one I posted on my community page where the guy finally admitted the wife heard a loud bang but didn't really admit to anything. Anyway, flywheel key was sheared about 10 degrees, but I was like, why the heck isn't it, firing or doing anything and putting or anything, right? So instead of doing a leak down test, idiot me, rookie mistake, I thought it was maybe the plastic camshaft because when they backfire, sometimes the plastic cam will move, So I take the engine apart. No, it takes 5 minutes, 4 bolts or 6 bolt, whatever. The cam's perfect. I go, son of a bitch, head gasket. Sure as hell, head gasket. I was like, you stupid son of a gun. Anyway.
You got to glue it all back together.
I just got to glue it all back together. I can't charge him for that. But anyway, so that's all. I got to get that all set. But anyway, so that was that. Then, the saw that I bought last week, a good deal, I thought, for $100, a 450 Rancher Husqvarna. The guy said, I can't get it started. I put a Chinese carb on it. It still doesn't start, and I don't have the tools and all that stuff. I said, okay. So I bring it home. I said, do you have the old carburetor? He said, yeah. I said, good, the old Zema. I said, okay. What he did, though, he replaced the pull start on it. It's a 450 E2 Rancher, they call it, okay? Roman numeral 2. What the E means is easy start. So it's got that spring assist start with that little coil spring inside. So what's he do? He starts drop starting it. And, of course, he blew the easy start. So instead of just holding on to the easy start, because there's a $15 repair kit with 2 new pulleys and a spring. Nope, throws it out and buys an Amazonian 450 standard recoil. So now he doesn't have the easy start out, which is fine, but it's garbage, it's junk, Anyway, so I'm I rebuild the Zema, new diaphragms, gaskets, right? Because it needed them. Put it in, and hey, Mick's here. Look at that. Hello, Mick, Mr. Swede. I don't know who you are, but hello. Let's see. Peter's here. Hold on, Mick. Everybody's here. All right. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? Oh, the chainsaw. So anyway, I rebuilt the carburetor. I put it in because what was happening with when I rebuilt the other one, you'd start it up and go tons of smoke, no rev, wouldn't take any throttle, no matter where you put the mixture screws. It just wouldn't.
They all do that.
But it wouldn't take it. It wouldn't take it at all, right? So anyway, I get it. Finally, I tune it with the Zema so I can get it to idle and I can get it to rev up, okay? But something didn't feel right. little bit of vibration, just didn't feel right. So I put it in wood, which is the best thing. You know, you 4-stroke it out of the wood, you put it in the wood. Well, you put it in the wood, nothing, killed. So I said, compression. I said, it's got to be a scored piston or something, right? So sure as hell, take off the muffler, big score down the side. I'm like, God darn it, I'm the exhaust, you know? So I bought a pop-up piston, and I noticed there's a guy in there. I don't know if you guys are into chainsaws at all, but there's a guy on there, Bodie, called Novice Lumberjack. And he's got some good videos, right? He hopped up a 450 Rancher where all he did was do a little bit of porting and stuff. Not bad, maybe 20 minutes worth of porting. And it really, and a pop-up piston to give you a little more compression, and it really beefed it up. The cylinder, I don't think is going to be bad on this. I think I could just take off the aluminum transfer and go from there. So I'm going to try it out. So investment, you know, it's $45 for the piston. No head gasket because you have the rubber molded gaskets in there. So I'll probably put a couple new ones in, and we'll see where we go. You know, if I have to put, I don't think I'll have to put seal. Maybe, excuse me. I'll do a pressure vac test and see what happens. But you know, I'll probably have 200 into it, 220. It's a $400 saw all day. So
that's all day long. That's a beautiful saw.
Yeah, it's a decent saw. So anyway, see what it's a Strato saw. It's got the Strato type open transfers, all that stuff. So anyway, all right, that was that. So now we come to the weekend. Now my birthday's tomorrow, so I said I'm taking a week off. All right, so I've been breaking my butt all week trying to get stuff caught up, done. So no one, I don't even want to turn on my work phone this week. Okay, and it's election week, so we're gonna be crying in our milk if God knows who gets in. But anyway, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
Both
But anyway,
sides.
yeah. So today I say, okay, first things first. I was talking to Tom and everybody in the morning. We were talking to Klaus and Hank and everybody. And I said, all right, I got to get that EXS done. That didn't get done. I got a snowblower that the guy didn't drain the fuel. I got to get that going. Didn't get that done because 17,000 people showed up in my driveway. Okay. With leaf blowers, chainsaws, and push
That's a
mowers.
lot of people.
Oh my God. So anyway, so today I did 4 backpacks, 2 push mowers, and 2 chainsaws. And that was from 10 o'clock until now because Hank and I bought some stainless steel workbenches and I had to drive to Wilton, Connecticut to pick those up this morning. So that was from like 9 to 10. So
I'm
anyway,
jealous.
so from 10 to 2, these tables, I tell you, only $150 and they're 30 inches by 6 feet and they're heavy. They are heavy tables. Yeah. So I'm going to take my hollow core door, finally get rid of it and put a stainless steel table. You know how much they want for a sheet of stainless steel 4x8? $1,000.
$300.
$1,000 here.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not
Ridiculous.
cheap.
Oh my God. So
You buy a
anyway,
good car for that.
what's going on? Everybody's saying hello. Anyway, so anyway, now let's see. Oh, guy brings me a backpack blower in pieces. And what I mean in pieces, the rubber mounts that are like bonded to the piece of steel that you screw into, you know, they're like iso mounts, but they're bonded to the
Spacers.
He must have dropped this thing because all 3 were ripped off. Just the metal L brackets were there, and the rubber was like ripped off, like he dropped it. Okay, so anyway, the guy comes with it, and he goes, "Yeah, this is in kit form." I go, "What?" So I pick it up, and the thing just I pick up the L-shaped bracket, you know, the backpack bracket, and the thing falls on the ground like 4 feet. I go, "Oh, perfect," you know. So anyway, I go to take it apart. Not only are the mounts broken, all the fuel hoses are like, you know, like all, you know, gooey. All right. So
Slippery.
they're all, yeah, right. So that, and the intake manifold, I go to hit the air filter and it's doing this. I go like that, it's cracked. Plastic's cracked. The intake is cracked.
You must have dropped it off the roof.
Now this blower though, eBay special. It's
Oh.
called a tank. Hold on, I never heard of it before. But the company that sells it, called Justia, is a Japanese company. They do not sell parts. Yeah, the whole backpack is $153 on Alibaba.
What's the name? I want to see it.
Hold on, I'm gonna show you. I got a picture of it.
God grant me patience, but hurry.
Let's see. Yeah, right here. Oh, it just went up. $180. It was $153 this morning. Oh, now it's $194. Act fast.
That's what happens when they start selling them. They raise the
It
price.
was literally $153 this morning. Then I clicked on the ad. It said 180. When the ad came up just now it's 194.
Looks kind of dweeby.
76 cc, good size. Okay,
There's a lot of plastic on that. Oh, they're
Yeah.
all plastic.
a lot of plastic. Anyway, so I looked it up, and a company called what's the name of it? Hold on. Tank, Tank. Tank, I don't know, but it's made by a company called Justine. You look them up; they're being sued by everybody. Number one, number two, yeah, and number two, a guy. You know that what's that stupid thing where you ask people questions and they want you to like pay them the answer? What the hell's that thing? Where people, I'm an expert. Pay me a quarter and I'll answer you. Whatever the hell it is. Anyway,
What the hell
the
technician.
like
Find the
ask
technician.
Jeeves or something. One of these stupid things. Anyway, the guy asked him, I got one of these blowers. Where do I get parts? And the guy's like, well, for 37 cents. Like, and it's like, screw you, right? So anyway, a guy chimes back. He goes, the company's Justia. So I looked it up. He said they do not sell parts at all. You buy a new one for 140 some, and it was $148. Now it's going to be $200 in another few minutes. Anyway, that's that one. So I said to the guy, I says, what do you want to do? His buddy dropped it off. The Indian guys. He dropped it off, and he says, the guy, my customer's name is Sanjeev. So I call him. I said, Sanjeev. I go, this thing here. I said, it's $150. He goes, oh, I paid. I said, I don't care what you paid. It's about $150 today. So I said, you want me to repair it? I can't get parts. I said, how do you want me to repair it? I can crazy glue the intake, but I wouldn't trust it. All the vibration, the backpack. So I said, what do you want to do? You want to keep it as parts, buy a new one? I said, do yourself a favor. $200-300. I'll get you a used Echo somewhere, that way, or a Steel. And this way you'll have a decent blower. So I'm waiting to hear from him. So then, all right, so that's done. The other guy brings an MTD Craftsman, all right, with the 316 code, so it's MTD. It's a yellow backpack, but it's MTD. The fuel lines, of course, they're all walled out, whatever. But also the fuel filter, it had one of those, those ones that are like plastic ceramic, and you could actually move the element on and off the barb. Those cheap filters, those fuel filters.
Yeah.
Anyway, I pulled the ceramic up a little bit. There's dirt all in it. I was like, oh, forget that. So I put a felt Walbro filter on, a good Walbro filter, changed the lines, and it runs good. But the throttle, the throttle wire is worn. It's stretched, so you can't get full throttle on the rotary carburetor, the Walbro WYK. You just can't get full throttle. You take your finger, go like that, and you get full throttle. So I told the guy, and I showed him. I said, you need, and the carburetor, where the rotary valve goes in, you shoot it with spray, kills it. So he's got a leak. So I said to him, I said, your call. You could use it as is because it's powerful enough to blow leaves, especially now they're dry. I said, but if you want to fix it, the cable, it's like a $12 cable. The carb's like, Chinese, a $30 carburetor. I said, $50-$60, I'll fix it for you. He goes, well, let me try it. So I'm waiting to hear from him on that. But he paid me to fix what was there. So we did that. All right, what else? Oh, push mower. Craftsman push mower. Quantum, my favorite. Quantum. Needleless seat were leaking. Overfilled by a quart of oil. Hey, the thing's smoking in its head. So
Only a quart?
Yeah, about a quart overfilled.
The dipstick had oil in it.
So much dirt. The back of the air filter box had an inch of grease and oil. An inch built up. That much oil. The carburetor could barely move. There was so much crap and schmutz. All right. So cleaned it all out. I had a bunch of the red needle and seat kits, the Briggs kits. So I put a new needle and seat in. I put a new gasket because it was kind of imprinted pretty good, for the primer.
Yeah.
So I put a new one. I put a new gasket on, new plug. The original plug had the black paint on it.
Right on.
Plug out. You could always tell. And he gave me a bag of spark plugs, like 72 spark plugs in a bag. He goes, hey, I'll see if you find one in there. I'm like, okay. And they were all Briggs OEM plugs with the Briggs numbers.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what the hell it was. So I just said,
750 do.
Yeah, 3454 or something. This looks like a Briggs. It looks like an RG19LM. So I threw it in. So started on like the second pull. So that's done. So what else? So now I got the snowblower that I was supposed to do today that I'll do tomorrow. I got the EX engine. I got to rebuild, put back on a push mower, do that tomorrow. I got the chainsaw. Erica did the exact same chainsaw rebuild that I'm doing, the 290 to 390. Did you guys watch her video on that one?
Yeah.
Where I think it was the seals she used were too large on the OD. That in combination with the aftermarket top end with the bottom pan being OEM, if they didn't match, mismatch. Because I had the same exact thing. I put the bottom pan on my cylinder last night. I have the exact same cylinder she used, and mine fits perfect. So now I want to check the seals to make sure the OD of the seal isn't bigger than the ID of the bore in those two pieces. Because then it cracked. Because what happened with hers is it went bink and it cracked. All right, because when she tightened it, you couldn't see it, so it cracked. So hopefully, it'll be good. But they make two different seals for the 290, 390. One, you don't have to take the clamshell apart. you just take the old ones out, gloop them up, and push them in. But the dealers usually don't recommend those. It's more for homeowners than the real one where you have to, do Durco it and do it the right way. So, but some people just like to take them and put them out. I don't like to do that with clamshells. You got to take it out anyway. So why not just do it? You know what I mean? And maybe she said her dealer told her that one seal was NLA right now or back ordered. So maybe she got the wrong one. I don't know. Hopefully she'll chime in. But anyway, that's what happened with that. All right, what else?
You're killing us here.
I know. And then I got a 455 Rancher with a scored cylinder. Pop-up piston's got to go in that. And I've got about 6-7 other saws I got to work. That's enough for me. I took up, 15 minutes? All right. But busy week. And on top of that, I worked 52 hours. So, but anyway.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You're turning into a real Canadian, Kenny, because you're as busy as a beaver.
Eh? Eh?
That's our national animal, eh?
Yeah, that's
All right, Miles,
that's
your
our
turn.
animal.
Go
I
ahead.
got a question.
Yeah.
When you replace a defective cylinder on a chainsaw with an aftermarket one,
Yep.
do you then all the Chinese machines, they all do 40-1 mix, where Husqvarna and Steel they do 50-1.
I do about 42-1. Usually my mix is around 40 to 45 to 1.
An extra drop.
I haven't asked my question yet.
Okay.
Do you
Watch it. Okay. Remember who's the host.
John.
All right, go ahead.
now? I mean, do you increase the oil in the gas when you switch from an OEM cylinder to an aftermarket one?
Why?
Because all the cheap Chinese ones, they all go 40-1, right?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
I've never seen a.
Maybe just in Denmark.
Put it this way, when you buy the Chinesium, there's never any instructions.
No, but there's usually a mix rate in terms of fuel and
Yeah,
they
I mean,
use
I
it-
like 40-1 anyway, as evidenced by, and people can say, "Oh, you use crap oil." Yeah, I use the Steel Ultra. It doesn't meet what's the spec, Klaus? What's the spec? It doesn't meet something 40 or whatever.
Landing on Mars.
some JSO FD something.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Doesn't matter.
I've been using it, and my pistons are beautiful in all my two-strokes. So,
Yeah,
anyway.
nice pair of
But I
pistons there,
run about 40-1.
No, but I mean, in general, I mean, the Chinese, the cheap machines, the saws, the trimmers, and the brush cutters and stuff, they all use a little more oil because they usually have cheaper materials that they're made of. And all that. But so when you switch to an aftermarket cylinder, do you then increase the oil in the fuel?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Like I said, I use 40-1 usually in my mix. So
Yeah, I mix everything 45-1.
Yeah.
yeah, roughly.
And most of your commercial guys are using 40-1 mix because they're running all day.
Yeah, and plus, I think it keeps it a little bit cooler, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, actually, it makes it the opposite.
I thought it's the other way around. If you use less,
No.
Test it tomorrow.
If
more oil, less fuel. Yeah, it's going to run leaner. Yeah.
So it's going to run harder if you increase the oil.
Yeah. But anyway, like I said,
but still, well, I was just wondering. In my shop this week, it's been quite nice and not so busy. I'm attempting to repair an electric leaf blower. It's got a bad switch, so got parts coming in for that. Yeah, and
real stuff.
yeah.
I like
And
it.
then
Haida.
Yeah, right. And then I have a sweeper, like a sweeper. It looks basically,
propelled sweeper?
yeah, with an engine, a long sin engine on it and all
Walk,
that.
all propelled like a walk behind?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like, I mean, it looks exactly like a snow blower. It just has a brush out front.
What brand is it? Is it any famous brand?
It's branded yellow.
X.
Texas.
No, it's not. It's some Wuhan model XP5. I don't know. It's Chinese, 100%. But I will say one thing that's nice about it. When the sweeper head, you can turn that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it can sweep to one side or the other side or straight. It has a CV joint coming off the axle from the engine. So that's kind of nice. Because it reduces wear a lot.
It's not like
Yeah,
this.
vibration too.
No. It's got a 6-horse
Like the
engine.
one
on
you
it.
see downtown when they're
And it's got a
gravel
drum brush
back
on the
out.
front, right, Klaus?
Is it a
Like
brush
drum?
like this, like a regular brush?
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, rotary brush. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Wayne. What were you asking, Wayne?
No, a drum, like a drum brush on the front.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like a sweepster. They used to call them sweepsters. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those. And it's nice to work on. The whole back end of it is just like a snowblower, with the same gearing and all that stuff, with the rubber wheel and all that chains
belts
and
and
all that,
stuff and
all that crap.
drive discs.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. That's exactly like that one.
This one is called a starch.
Yeah, there you go.
Stark.
Stark. Yeah, mine is just yellow.
That's not bad.
No, well, it's not worth more.
Oh, you can use one of those on snow.
You can.
Yep. They work on
But
stuff.
but you don't want to buy the smallest model they have, because you only got a 6-foot engine on it. They tend to lighten up the brush, the drum brush.
Mhm.
So it doesn't. If your snow is compacted, it can't sort of dig into it. But it'll remove snow about this much, no problem.
Nice.
And it'll sweep. If you got a big area that's like
Parking lot.
parking lot or concreted or whatever, it does a pretty good job. So I've been working on that. What else?
Yeah, but you've been doing a lot of housework though, right? Did you get that room done? You all set?
Yes, I did. Yeah, this week I laid down a new flooring in the room next door. Well, actually, I didn't lay down the flooring. I had a couple of carpenters come in and do that. But all the other stuff, getting rid of the old floor, put new insulation in, new vapor barrier, and all that stuff. I put that in, and then they came in and laid the floor, and I did all the trimmings afterwards.
Be
And
right
I'm done
back.
now.
Got a customer.
Yes, sir.
Money,
So
money.
yeah,
Hey.
I've been busy. That's good.
Yeah, what about you, Hank?
I've been getting stuff out of the second shed and putting it into the carport, and you can't believe how much stuff I had stuffed in that second shed.
I can.
And I had to get more bins and shelves to,
Jeez.
kind of allocate special places.
Yeah.
For
You're still pixelated, Hank. Your voice isn't matching. You're like a Godzilla movie.
I don't know what's going on. Whatever. And
That's
then
all.
picking up leaves and everything today. Yeah.
We had a big yesterday in Connecticut, big wind. Oh my God. I did
Yeah.
leaves on Halloween, for the kids, so they'd have a safe path and all that. All of a sudden, the next day, boom, they're back.
Well, you got the neighbors' leaves.
Oh, I did the neighbors too. I do because he's got a special needs kid, so I do his stuff too. And I got the guy next to me. He did because he did his for Halloween, and then I said, you know what, I'll go out there. I was out there about 2 hours. Then it turned dark. Oh, we changed the clocks tonight, by the way. Everyone in the U.S. We
I
changed
think
the
we do
clock
too, yeah.
tonight. Yeah, Europe
gonna
did
get-
it last week. We do it
It's going to
tonight.
get dark early.
So fall back, like they
Yeah.
say. Hey, look who's here.
Hey, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Oh.
What's happening,
You
guys?
working,
How
Jay,
are
or
you?
no?
Happy
we're just doing
Halloween.
we're doing the
What was
rounds.
Yeah, happy. All right. Uh-oh.
How's everything?
Good.
Good.
Hold on, I'm trying to get
We're
the
just in the middle of the rounds. So
Yeah, we're
right.
doing the first
Ah,
round.
Robert, what do you got working on, Robert? Anything? That's all right. You're second in line. What do you got, Robert? Anything?
Yeah, I got the muffler painted for this 8-horse Briggs, and I just recently got. If I can do the camera.
Flip screen. There you go.
I just got that in today.
Is
That's
that
the
your
carburetor
one?
with the broken lip.
It looks like what is it? The Arians Lonson type thing, right, Klaus?
Oh, that's a
A
Briggs.
deep bowl like that. What's it say on it? Does it have a name or anything, or is it just Wuhan?
That's an aftermarket car.
And- yeah,
The deep bowl. It looks like the ones
Sure
that
looks
the
like it.
Arian Snow Techs and all the cheap ones.
now because this is the original carburetor.
Right,
Off of
with
what?
on your generator.
Nah, for that 8-horse industrial Briggs Stratton engine.
Really?
That
That's
Yeah.
the operator? Huh.
And does it have the wire holes for the Torx connector?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Robert, is that the one that has the fuel pump on the engine, the white plastic fuel pump?
nah, it's the
Yeah, on the side. There.
Black.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's on the side. Yeah. Yep.
yeah.
They used to have one. It was a white plastic one that you could buy a rebuild kit for. They always leaked, and now I guess everybody uses the black ones. Yeah.
But I found out this fuel pump is an OEM Briggs because back in the day when I had those opposed twin cylinder motors, I noticed one of the fuel pump for that one opposed was 3-bolt.
What's
And the
that
other
engine
was
doing,
4.
Robert? What is that engine for?
It's going on that limb chipper, leaf shredder.
Oh, okay.
The only thing is the back part of the pan leaning up against the tires.
Yeah.
That had that chute that you feed the limbs through.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna work because of the way the exhaust and stuff is.
Is that are you replacing the engine that was on it, or what?
Yeah, I'm put this is 8 horse.
What was on it?
It was a 5 horse.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
definitely different on the block. Yeah.
Yeah, but
That,
the thing is, like I said,
Pretty small
Yeah.
shaft on that output shaft.
yeah, it looks like what, 3/4?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
no,
know.
it looks good.
Did you make sure it all lines up before you do the conversion, or they make an adapter? Are you going to sleeve
See
it?
now, if my friends were online, they'd say, "Okay, Kenny, zip to see if it's 1 inch."
I got you. So how about this? This is everybody's homework. If you want to laugh, there's a guy who went to court. He got in trouble, and he got upset. He was at a sandwich shop, and they advertised the sandwich to be a certain length.
Oh, I heard that.
And-
I heard about that.
Yes, it's an actual
The footlong,
Go-
Subway footlongs.
Yeah, so after this, if you want, look up the guy, and in court, he literally gives the notion that that's how he measured to make sure it was the right.
Oh, God.
What a dick.
And it was only 11 inches long.
I was gonna say he was short 11 inches.
Yeah. Couldn't believe it.
Jason,
Yeah, I heard about
Jason,
that. Yeah.
why'd you cut that pretty tree?
So it was dying. Believe me, you and the
Which one?
missus have the same.
Oh, what was
Yeah.
it? What was it?
Looks like an elm.
Yes. So it was, like we had the 2 trees at the front. This
You
one
had, yeah.
started. It started dying. Hold on.
I want to see the outtakes of the videos him cutting it.
No. So it developed
Oh,
this
Oh.
fungus here
That's
a couple of years
lichen.
ago.
That's only lichen.
yeah, that's lichen. It's not a fungus. That's lichen.
Yeah, that's not a fungus.
That won't kill it.
This killed the tree.
Wow.
So because the missus had a liking to it,
Yeah.
we tried to do the right thing, and we paid a company to try and treat it and save it,
Oh,
and
wow.
it just wasn't happening.
Is that the
Yeah,
Dutch
bro.
elm?
You
Is
cut
that
that down, Jay?
Jason?
What was that? Yeah.
Did
So
you
here,
cut
hold on. I know
Get a
you guys.
chainsaw
You have all
guy
your
in
arms
there.
I
legs
know
and
you guys.
clothes
I
and-
know you guys don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Get a real
here.
chainsaw guy in there and cut that stump up into an eagle, buddy.
Yeah.
No,
So,
those
Those
little-
You're not on a ladder with a chainsaw, are you?
What was that? No, I actually have a little bit of a. I took a little video. I didn't want to go too crazy, because I'm using one. I just wanted to show the power of electric, tools. Because, between my father and everything else, it did a really good job. And my chainsaw's from 2018, and in the middle of cutting a branch, the motor started smoking. Oh, let me put a battery in here. I swear to yeah. So I can't complain too much. I mean, this chainsaw really served me well. So I went out and I had to get another one, and the bar is 2 inches bigger. Not that it makes a difference, but watch your ears. Hold on, let's see if this thing still smokes. Hold on. You could even hear it.
There might be
Okay,
just
yeah, you
sawdust
see-
in there. I'd take that.
Yeah,
apart.
you see it? You see the smoke?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, happy
Wow.
Halloween!
That's to get rid of the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Bugs. Well, that's the anti-fogger kit while I'm sawing to keep, the bugs off. So I just, I went out and I got the next size up, the newer version. And you could tell the difference in power. It's night and day. The issue is it chews through batteries like
Of course.
no other.
Well, if that's an elm, that's hardwood. Eh?
I think it's a maple
Could-
of
what
some
could be?
sort. I wonder if I still have any of the leaves that are left, because this tree died a slow death because we actually tried
Yeah, you
to
did everything you
save it,
could.
you know, and it came to a point where there was more dead branches than growing branches, and we trimmed the tree and there was no new growth, and the existing branches that were there were starting to die out. I don't know if you could see, like in the videos of like this year, you could see how it just wasn't like full. So it just had to come down.
You should have had Henry come over and help you. Put him on.
You know,
Put him on a ladder.
yeah. So, we live on a busy road, and so it's kind of like tricky. And I don't know, like I went on a live stream yesterday when I was at the dump, like on a quick rant. I actually tried the company that trimmed our trees, and he was also the same company that tried to save this tree. I called him to come take it down, and he used a set of words that just like triggered me. And I says, I'm just
Yeah,
going to do it myself.
Too big of a
That's it.
job.
Yes. And I'm tired of hearing that lately. And I'm just going to do it myself. I'm not going to pay your fee, because like I don't like when people negotiate with me. So they just give me a price and that's it. And I think he could tell by like my body language, I was like not thrilled with his quote. So then he was trying to explain to me how he needs extra crews here to make sure like his guys are safe, and there's going to be extra crews, extra trucks for traffic and whatnot. And I just said, okay, I'm not, what am I? I'm not going to argue with you. That's your price. That's how you operate, and that's it. So what I ended up doing is, over like the course of like a week and a half between work and batteries and chainsaws dying, I just systematically, strategically cut it down. So instead of cutting one branch, I'd cut the branch off into like 3 or 4 pieces. And the crazy part, I wouldn't say the crazy part is, but like the hectic part is, here, I'll show you the street. So, this is our block right here. So, I just eagle-eyed it, right? Of like, wow, I wonder where the branch is going to fall, right? So what I did was I parked Mandingo on the street to block traffic, so they had to go around me. And then I would just cut the tree. And then the issue was that I had to watch where I cut, because even though the branch or the tree wouldn't hit anybody, because the wood was dead, when the branch would hit the street, it would like explode. So it'd be like shrapnel. So I just had to time my cuts with a little bit of luck. So what I did is I would put the ladder up and I'd climb into the tree, get myself into a comfortable and safe position, and just cut away. And then since I had the eagle eye view, I could see if there's cars are coming or not. And also because it was battery powered, on the weekends when everybody is, I wouldn't say sleeping, but 6, 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning, how many cars are on the road? So 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'd be climbing up on the tree and cutting branches, and nobody gave me a hard time. I think they knew what was going on. I don't do stuff like this all the time.
Is that tree on your property, or is that on city property?
So this tree is on our property. When I was up climbing, the town did stop by because we're supposed to have permits.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, just giving it a trim.
yeah, well, you need a permit to trim too.
What?
So
Yeah.
yeah. So the guy
My
says,
God.
Liabilities.
the guy's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, what do you think I'm doing? Like, what are you doing?
That's it. Break their balls. Okay.
Stocking up firewood for this winter.
I got a chainsaw in my hand. I'm climbing up on the tree. I have my wood stock at the end of the street. Like, what do you think I'm doing? You're not going to catch me talking. I'm not talk to you. So I said to him, I have a baby koala bear, and it got out and it ran up the tree and fell from a branch, and I just can't see it to be hurt no more. So I'm just cutting a few branches off. So he just says, so he's like, what are you gonna do with the wood? And I'm like, call the garbage people to come get it? I don't know. I have never done this before. So he says, I think your tree is within town rights. So he took out a measuring tape and he says, call highway. They'll come here and they'll cut it down and they'll take away the wood. you're responsible for the stump. I'm like, fine. I call Highway. They never showed up.
Yeah.
They said that they pulled a survey and they said it's not covered. I'm like, okay, fine. Let me just go back to work.
So we go finish
So-
it.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what I've been doing.
How many feet, Jay? How many feet did they say?
They said 8 feet. So
Really?
so the guy was measuring 8 feet from
The street
Like,
or sidewalk?
yeah. So like this, he was measuring 8 feet from here,
Yeah.
but I guess it's 8 feet from the center of the road. I don't know. I didn't ask. I'm not gonna say like I don't care because in my mind I was cutting this down anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, that's that.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah.
But it's been a fun little project. Definitely a change of pace.
Well, you know, that if it's maple, that's really hard stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it. I think it's like Japanese maple.
Yeah, but it has to be hardwood if it's deciduous, right?
No, we got poplar out here.
Hold on, hold on.
Put your finger through it.
I thought only needle trees.
I don't.
Soft.
Here, hold on. Let me show you.
Poplar's really soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, does this?
Soft
I don't know.
like
I'm not a
Helps
tree
you.
person.
It's a
Does
soft
this mean
hardwood.
anything? Can you see? Like, what does
Yeah.
this mean to you?
Exactly.
We
Like,
got to
I don't-
we got to
I don't
move
know.
on the rounds, Kenny.
I know. It's all right.
What is
Did
this
you
to
count,
you?
did you count the rings, Jay? See how old it was?
He hasn't gone across the stump yet.
Yeah. So
We
let's
used to
see.
do that
This
when we were
one.
kids. We'd find stumps and we'd count the rings.
The one we took out in front of our house was 52.
Oh, okay.
One.
The big one
That's
when
a
we
cool
had
little thing to do.
my twin brother.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Rich.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 on this branch.
Wow. Do you
That
remember?
was
Well, how long
off
have you
of-
been in that house?
Like 10, 11 years.
Okay.
That was off this cut right here.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll find the true one
Yeah.
when I
'Cause we had a
Yeah,
tree
yeah.
next to us that was 8 foot in diameter, and it was like 210 years.
but
Wow.
believe me, I have a customer's chainsaw here, and it's so tempting to use it, but I don't
A
want
good
to.
one? What kind?
With my luck, with
Probably
my
got a
luck,
50-inch bar on it.
something bad would happen, and I just
What's
don't want
the
to do it.
500?
Well, you got to test it, right?
I was going to think
Yeah,
that.
so that's the other thing. He
Oh,
installed
Husqvarna
the
in the back.
That's a
That
little
yeah,
one.
so
looks
he
like a
installed-
rancher. What is that?
Hold on, he has his.
Is that a 455 rancher? What is that?
Yeah, a 4. I'm only because he put his whatever his information's on here, but
No,
a
but
455
it's right,
Rancher
rancher. Good saw.
It's a good
I got
saw.
one. I got 2 actually.
with okay, he has 13 millimeter on here, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 20 inch. Yeah, 20-inch saw.
20-inch bar. Yeah, no.
So
Yeah,
it's,
those are
tempting,
good saws. Those are good. Yeah.
it's very tempting to use this.
What did he
But-
want you to do to it?
Get it running, and he put the saw on backwards.
The chain?
And I swear on anything, I says, can you please go on YouTube, anywhere, and just make sure you know how to start the chainsaw, because I've been getting.
Wait, Jay, you
a
don't
lot
have
of-
earrings on, do you?
No, I have my AirPods.
Oh, I thought it was earrings. I go, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, these are because I have
Oh, okay.
coma
all right.
counter
Yeah, I saw him
before
hanging
you
there.
know.
I go, Jay, you want to tell us something?
I teased you about that last year.
Yeah. So I've been getting a lot of machines lately where people say they're having issues, but they just don't know how to start it.
Yeah.
So I told the guy, listen, make sure you know, can just try and start this thing. This thing probably took me about 20, 25 pulls, and I finally got it to fire. But
Yeah.
I told the guy, a tune-up, and I'm going to go through the car. And then he asked me he put the chain on backwards to flip it. So it's very tempting to be like, I just want to make sure the chain is good and just go with one pass and deal
Yeah,
with
but I
it.
usually take it apart, make sure the oiler's working, grease up the needle bearing, do it right.
What do you mean grease up the needle bearing where? I don't do chainsaw. I'm not a chainsaw person. I just,
Watch a YouTube video.
I would say, watch a YouTube video, Jack.
my battery powered chainsaw doesn't have needle bearings. It just comes and goes. That's it.
Hey,
But
Klaus, is the 455 Rancher, can you grease that from the end, or do you have to take it off to do it? I can't remember.
I think you can do it from the end of the shaft.
Can you? Yeah, sometimes, Jay, the end of the crankshaft hole, you put your grease gun on that, and it'll go in.
And I'm telling you, it's just half a squirt.
Oh, yeah. Don't
it's
take
not.
too much.
Is there a grease fitting or
No. The hole in the end of the crankshaft in the middle of the clutch. If you see a hole there, put a piece of wire in. If it goes in an inch or so, then it will grease the needle bearing. But only, like Klaus said, put one pump in, or else you'll blow
No,
it.
half a pump.
Or half a
Otherwise,
pump, yeah, 'cause
otherwise
Look
you'll
at all
grease the
flat,
clutch.
yeah.
You'll grease
I
the
have
clutch.
I have an electrical.
Yeah, but
I
I
have
mean
a
for the
cord. I
customer.
have a battery. I don't think I could do half a pump, but I'll
Yeah.
figure it out. Thank you for
They're
bringing
good
that to my
saws. They're
attention.
actually really good saws.
Yeah. So like I said, it's very tempting to
Yeah.
just make one pass, but I'm afraid with my
Oh,
luck,
boats. No, boats.
it'll be an issue. And here's another one. I think this guy is lying to me, but again, I'm not a chainsaw expert.
Yeah. No, those are.
Oh.
Hey, you guys remember Randy from a few weeks ago had that Olympic with the bad carburetor where the needles weren't aligning in his carburetor and he couldn't get it to run right?
Yeah.
If you want to talk about it, Randy, I'll put the link out. There we go. If you want to come up.
So this guy said, I think he straight gassed it, but he's saying no.
Take the muffler off. Take the
Oh,
muffler
I
off
did.
immediately.
Oh, I did. I
Oh,
don't
there's
know
no
if-
scoring? Can you see it?
Oh, this thing is hammered. This thing is. Oh, you know what? Here, I'll take you.
What size is that one? Like 180 or 250? What is it?
This is a Still Farm Boss MS290.
Ooh, I'm working on one of those right now, and Erica just cracked one of those things. You can get an aftermarket piston cylinder kit for like $40.
I think this thing needs to be completely torn down.
No. That's what I'm saying. Piston cylinder kit. That's all it needs.
Oh, not the crankshaft and all that?
Nope. Crankshaft should be fine. Just piston cylinder kit. That's all. And if the cylinder itself doesn't have a ton of aluminum transfer, you could polish it up and just get a piston. Either way. That's why it's worth it to take it apart.
If it's been straight gassed, it'll season the cylinder before the bottom end takes any damage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Well, like I
Wait,
said,
you're saying
because Erica was saying just the OEM piston cylinder was like $500. It was ridiculous. Canadian. But it was like a ridiculous amount of money.
yeah, I just like here, can you guys see? Wait, no, I got the wrong way.
There you go.
See that?
Oh yeah, we can see it from here.
That's
a goner.
hammered.
That's a
hammered.
goner.
Yeah.
He said that he was using it to cut down a tree and it just started lugging on him and he just kept sending it. So he
No,
thinks
but-
because he never serviced it or never cleaned the cylinder, like the cooling fins, that it's
But I mean,
that it
it
overheated.
could also have an air leak, and it's been
Yeah,
running.
you could have carbon buildup.
Anything.
Break the hell
It's
out of it.
a two-stroke.
No, carbon buildup.
Yeah, that's
won't
why
create
I don't
those-
like two
no,
strokes.
Carbon
Bruce,
buildup
I'll tell you, I
won't
don't-
create those scratches.
Yeah,
That's a lean condition that does that.
Yep. Close
No,
is gone.
yeah, but carbon will scratch. It'll collapse the ring as well.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
won't do a complete pattern across the exhaust port. If it'll just do individual lines.
Yeah.
That thing has either been straight gassed or running lean.
Oh,
Yeah, it
Jason,
didn't
that a
look,
friend of
it
yours?
didn't look too good.
How am I? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good with my hands.
We tell them to
Enjoying-
scrap those
enjoying my
over
new
here. We don't
garage
even
space.
rebuild them.
And working on the house. It's been a nice change of pace. Not working on small engines and dealing with people. So, and now I've been just creating my own misery.
That's what we do
But
when you're
it's
young.
good. It's good.
all right. Oh, here's Randy. Oh, what's up, Randy?
Hey, Randy.
So have we been through the group yet as to what we're working on?
Actually, we're up to the first Canadian here.
Ooh.
What do you got, Wayne?
Well, we just had a snowblower dropped off. Asked the guy what it needs, and he said just needs a recoil put on it. The recoil rope's broke. And I said, you don't need anything else done to it. This thing starts, runs fine, drives and everything. And the guy said, well, really, I guess I should tell you, I just bought it. And I said, well, did the guy that you buy it from fired up for you with the electric starter? No, but he told me it would run. Well, I said, let's put it this way, buddy. I hope this thing will run, because one of the biggest tricks in the world is to cut the rope on a recoil and say, oh, yeah, it runs, but you can't test it out, right? So I don't know what we're going to be into on this, but we'll put a recoil on. We'll check the oil. We'll give it a full service if the thing fires up. I hope it fires up for him.
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut off Wayne and you guys in the panel. Are you guys having an issue this year with people? I can't use the word upselling, but a perfect example would just be like what Wayne said: is a guy brings a snowblower in for a recoil repair. Like, well, do you want me to tune it up while it's here? It's, the season's
No.
coming. Like,
Yeah, but let me
You
ask.
always-
Wait, on that vein, Jane. Let me ask all you guys a question. If a guy comes in and says it just needs the recoil, have you ever just done the recoil and say, "Here"?
No,
Yeah.
not
yeah,
me.
I've done that. Yep, I've
Oh,
done
yeah.
it on a mobile.
Oh,
ride.
I
did
can't.
a
I
mobile
gotta
ride.
play with it.
But I will have asked him first. Do you want
Yeah, no,
something?
'cause
do you
I've
want
had it where a guy
you
came-
want it serviced, and if they're adamant about it, say, no, I just
Yeah.
want the recoil stroke.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'll give it back to them. Does it start? I said I have absolutely no clue. I just
Yeah.
replaced
Right.
as you asked me to do. End of story.
Yeah.
I mean, and
But
then
I
have
normally go through the whole thing and upsell the people onto like we should check if you've never had it serviced, we should check the friction wheel. We should lube the shifter shaft, that hex shaft. We
Yep.
should lubricate your chains or your gear drives, whatever it is. Take a look at all the linkage, lubricate that. Set what
Bearings.
kind of driveway do you have? Are we going to set the shave plate at 1 inch or are we going to set it at 1/8 of an inch?
Yeah.
Like if they got stone, we set them up at about 1 inch.
Inch.
And the guy says, 1 inch, I got to leave 1 inch of stone. And I says, buddy, you want to be sucking that 3/4 clearance through this thing,
Yeah,
you'll be damaging everything.
Be changing windshields.
Yeah,
and-
you got that right, Hank.
So have you guys been getting like a lot of kickback when someone brings something in for repair or service, and then brings something in for repair like a recoil,
Yeah.
and then you try and hint towards a tune-up, or in the middle of the tune-up you find something that's worn like a belt, and you try and say they need a belt, and they give you some kickback. Like,
No, I mean,
you know,
I'll mention it to the guy, and if he doesn't want to do it, hey, I know it's going to break
Okay, so
about
can
2
I
hours.
step
so
in here?
yeah, go ahead, yeah, skip in. I'm just asking.
Okay, so
Put it
right
this
now,
way. Go ahead,
a
sorry.
lot of these young people are maxed out on their credit cards. They can hardly get $200 from the machine. They're stressed. That's all it is. They're just stressed about money.
Well, they're
No,
they're living beyond their means, which is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
No, I understand that, Bruce, but it's like the way people are, like when I tell them there's something else going on.
Yeah, they think you're a used
They're-
car salesman.
Yeah,
they're
they're
pulling over.
the demeanor and the feedback towards me. It's like, oh, you got to be joking, right? Like, yeah,
Well, everybody that I have come in here has been referred, so I'm usually pretty lucky.
yeah.
me too.
Going back to what Ken said about upselling, well, Klaus said it, or none of it was one of you just said it about upselling. If somebody brings me in something, they said they just want it running. Now I'm going with mowers on this.
Yeah.
I say, do you want me to do anything else while I'm at it? Do you want me to check the blade? Do you want me to check or change oil if needed? And 9 times out of 10, they said, that hasn't been done for a while. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I get.
Well, it's like when you go to the car dealer and they give you the sheet with the 72 items. Well, you really should.
No.
So, like
The
a
worst
perfect,
thing is when it comes back to you, well, I just had it here a week ago. It's got to be your fault, right?
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. I had one of those. Yep,
You don't need that.
right there.
And a lot of people don't realize like there's a big difference between a tune-up and a full service and repair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
well, you just put a new spark plug, new air filter, you sharpen and balance my blade, and now I can't get my lawnmower running. Well, you didn't want the carb cleaned because it ran. And
Exactly.
you got some gel in that carb and it got sucked into the jet. Don't blame us. Like, and most of the time it comes back, it's got water in the gas tank. So we didn't drain the gas tank. We didn't check the fuel. Like they just wanted, just give me a spark plug, an air filter, sharpen and balance the blade. Don't even clean under the deck. We've had a lot of them. Don't even waste your time cleaning the deck.
If they
And the
if they
deck
don't-
is already bubbling like crazy. The only thing that's holding the deck together is all the schmutz underneath.
Yeah.
if people come in and they don't take my advice of maybe doing a service on it, I ask them to start the machine before they leave.
Okay, that's the first thing I ask them.
Yes.
Is it running? I say, when you take your car in for a tune-up, you drive your car to the garage for a tune-up. So if it's coming in for a tune-up, it
I
should
like
be
that.
running.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Yes.
I do too.
Well, people talk about stuff like that. It says, it runs good. Show me. What?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I got to be somewhere.
It just needs a tune-up.
I just need to hear it. You know.
Oh,
just
I'm with Ken on that. If somebody said they just want it tuned, I always make sure that if I don't start it, I make sure they start it. Show me that it runs.
Because they might even have their own
It filters out a lot of the
schmutz.
liar. Yeah, a lot of the schmutz, like Bruce said.
Yeah, the mower I had today, it looked like it had a Shirley Temple in it. I don't know what the hell it was.
Stay-bill.
Oh,
yeah.
by the way, Ken, that electric starter I was talking about,
Yeah.
fixed.
What'd you do?
Well, we ended up.
Oh,
getting
you mean the thing where you had to put the one spade in or whatever it was in the connector?
Yeah, what we ended up doing on that was I had an old microfiche back there.
Yeah.
And I cut just a little bit of the cord off.
Yeah.
And you could open that box up with screws.
Yeah.
That
So
box wasn't sealed.
did you use the prong or did you make a jumper?
No, what I did is I cut the old thing out of the equation.
Yeah.
And spliced the new one in. And when I clamped it together, secured it in such a way so that actual plug actually is in the housing.
Yeah. Okay.
It sticks out a little bit, but I
Yeah.
mean it's still held.
As long as the
and-
extension goes into it, right?
Oh, the extension goes right on this, right
Yeah.
there.
Well, that's good.
As a matter of fact,
Oh.
I filmed a video of it today, starting with the electric start,
Hmm.
and I'm going to put it up.
I got a bunch I want to release today, but customers kept coming.
Nah.
I had
I'm gonna
3
be right
machines
back.
dropped off today.
Yeah,
See,
I'll
Robert?
be right back. I found that piece that Brett's needing on eBay for that yard vacuum. I gotta go get my tablet.
Piece. Yeah. All right.
You're not.
So a perfect example of the question I asked, this is the latest offender right here. Arian snowblower. I probably haven't seen this machine in 10 years.
That's a
For you
biggie.
guys, which way? So it's 11 and a half, 28. 10
Wow.
years ago, I did a service on it. I modified the impeller, and I told him, just letting him know that your clutch has cracks in it. Not clutch, your
Yeah.
friction disc.
Friction
The rubber
disc.
is having cracks in it. It could last you a long time. It could last you a short time. It's entirely up to you if you want me to replace it. I have not seen this machine since in almost 10 years. He
Yeah, but
called
Jay,
me
what
up.
would you charge for that to replace the drive disc in that? $100?
So
No,
for me,
you can buy the rubber ring.
Yeah, so it's I charged him. It's pickup and delivery, so it was 125 for the clutch installed. But then the electric starter, which is another issue in itself, we ended up just replacing it. I tried rebuilding it, and I keep getting rebuild kits for the aftermarket new and improved starters from D&B and Electric.
Yeah.
So
I
I
like
just
the-
told the guy there's nothing I can't rebuild it. The only
Yeah.
thing I can do is which I'm not going to do, but you see this bracket here on the starter?
yeah.
Yes, that's a Tecumseh.
It's welded
so
on
it's,
though.
so it's a Tecumseh starter. The new gears are shorter. So if you want to make this starter work,
We got to change
you
the
need
housing.
you need to cut this bracket and re-weld it to push the starter further in. At that point, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You're just getting a new starter.
Huh.
I wouldn't even do that.
Yeah, but DB
That-
is reasonable. What's DB like? $70? They're not too bad.
Yeah, it's like I think it was like 65, 80 bucks. I don't remember. I had her order it, but
Yeah, they're not-
meanwhile, I'll be honest with you. I made a video about it. I'm telling her like, you know how to order. Why am I getting the wrong starter here? How hard is it to order?
Yeah.
How hard
But-
is it to-
Are you guys saying 60 to 80 bucks for a Tecumseh 37,000 starter?
Yeah, but from DB Electrical, an aftermarket
Yeah,
one. They
it's
make-
an
Oh,
aftermarket
okay,
one.
aftermarket one.
Mhm.
yeah, the
But-
factory ones are about 120.
But that's all. But that's
Maybe
all
160
you're getting.
for us,
Over here, they're like 300 bucks.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's what
because
they
DB
sell.
Electrical on Amazon, they're fantastic, and on eBay
Yeah.
too. They're really good.
Chris.
I've never
ordered-
had one come back yet. Not one.
Don't
Chris
forget, we go to
ordered-
Amazon.ca, not Amazon.com.
Yeah, but if you type in DB Electrical, David Bradley, DB Electrical, a lot of electric and electronic parts, regulators, starters, generators, really good.
Jason, don't be putting red and tacky in the gearbox on that Aaron's, eh?
Oh, I'm getting going, baby.
It takes a special L3
Oh, stop it.
fluid.
I found
know,
out
you
something
the
else.
price of that L3 stuff? Holy crap.
Yeah,
Grease is
not cheap.
grease. Grease is grease. It'll just be fine.
I found out something else, Ken.
What's that?
Remember when I said that starter motor wasn't available?
Yeah.
Looked it up on Bridge site. and it's a sub. They upseated it, and it's a totally different shape, but it goes in place of that old.
How much though?
I think the one I seen it was around $80,
Well, that's not bad.
but I went ahead and fixed this, so I ain't got to worry about it.
Mm.
So anyway, to bring it back to the snowblower, I told the guys, like, listen, I haven't seen this thing in like 10 years. And I checked the dipstick. It still has the royal purple in there. And I said to him,
There you go, DB. There you go, Bruce. Whoa, 174. Wow.
That's in Canada,
that's
buddy.
it.
Wow.
That's it. Perfect. That's all I
they're
need
like
to know.
70 here. Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
What
Thank
number?
you.
Let me see. 37,000. I'll show you the ad here.
Can't you just order them from Amazon.com?
Yeah, the
No.
CA is different.
Yeah.
I know, but can't you just order them from
Yeah, but then
Amazon.com?
they charge you
Then
like
you charge
38,
60 bucks
40
for
bucks
shipping.
Import
shipping,
duties then if it's going to
then the
Canada.
duty, then it's 40% exchange.
Oh yeah, I heard that one. Yeah, we have
You
that.
know all about exchanges, Klaus.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Brucey, your turn. What you doing?
Yeah, that is my turn, eh? I gotta find you guys. Where are you?
I'm sorry.
Did I X you guys out?
Oh, we're still here.
No, we're here.
Am I up?
Hi, Brucey, your turn.
I gotta find you. Just hang on.
Take it away, Mr. Bruce.
Hang on. Let me find you.
There you go, Bruce.
Back
Here's
at
on my
I
Amazon.
think I X'd out on.
Here you go, Bruce. Look it. Hold on.
64.99.
Close the
That
screen
ain't
there.
bad.
Hang on.
64.
Now, what Tecumseh motors does that fit? From what?
That's like the 8 and 10, 7, 8, and 10 horse.
Newer.
Like the 7, 8, 10.
Well, I could probably put that on that one I got down there. I got an older.
Oh, Brucey, is it your evil twin?
So, Bruce, that's like $90 Canadian
Hang on.
without the duty.
Would the real Bruce Pender please stand up?
Yeah.
No, but I got another MTD
There you go.
snowblower down there that actually has the 8-horse Tecumseh,
Yeah.
and it needs an electric starter because the people that had it before me got rid of it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've done
so
a lot. Added a lot of the start. The only thing is there's two distinct ones. You got the 8 and 10 horse with the 4 screws, and then the 5 horse and 3, 4, and 5 with like the 3 screws.
The center post in the top.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at the block because I think the engine on this thing's an HM80.
That would take the one with the 4, the 2 shoulder bolts up top.
Yes, and they have to be the right angle, or you'll.
Yeah,
you'll
it would take the
skip that zero.
37,000 starter. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to talk about what I got going on.
Yeah.
I had 3 great mower repairs. 2 of them were Quantums, and then this little son of a gun. This is the rocker arm stud, right, on a power mower.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right, there we go. Yay! It's
Those
only
generally
$7.
don't come
Okay,
out
this
of
is
there,
exactly
Bruce.
what we're talking about, guys. It's $7 on Amazon.com.
Mhm.
It's $13 on Amazon.ca, but it just orders it from PartsDirect.com.
What happened to it, Bruce? What happened to the stud?
Oh, I took when I pulled the rope on the recoil,
Yeah.
it felt like a bad keyway, right?
Mhm.
But it wasn't. It was the exhaust valve not closing
Oh, okay.
or loose, so it wasn't hitting the decompression part of the cycle.
Yep.
So the valve was so loose it was missing the decompression stroke was missing the valve.
Was
So
that
anyway, I started taking it apart, and all this happened was I took the little 10 millimeter off the end, and that snapped the bolt.
Mhm.
That's the difference between Power Mower and Honda.
That's quality Chinese steel.
Yeah.
Oh.
was that on
By
a
the time I get it
lawnmower?
shipped to me, by the time I get this little bugger shipped to me, it's $40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Mower?
And that's exactly what Klaus was talking about before, is the materials that they use in China. When I was in the forging business, we were not allowed to use any steel from China. None in
Recycling.
the forging operation. Banned.
In the aircraft industry, it was a lot from Korea. They bootlegged a lot of mil spec hardware in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I think it's probably improved.
Well, that's why you see their planes disappearing in the middle of nowhere.
I know. What's that, Robert?
That's that part that
Oh, the
Brett
Brett
would
one?
need.
Actually, I don't think that's the one.
730. Oh, MTD 731.
Yeah, but that's
That's
the one that
good.
goes on the bottom.
Yeah.
The one I have doesn't go on the bottom; it goes on the front.
So
No, that one doesn't that go over the hole on the top?
No, that goes
That
underneath. That's a vertical
that
one. That's for a
that's
vertical motor.
oh, you need
Yeah, you see
Oh,
how
that's for vertical shaft blade.
yeah, that's for the
yeah.
one that has a lawnmower type engine.
Oh, okay,
That's
I
not
got
the
Yeah, you've got a regular with the keyway blades, like the key shaped blades, like a real chipper shredder.
yeah.
Okay.
The nozzle's got 3 bolts that hold it on the front. That's where that hose flange goes on.
so anyway, you guys, I'm going to part that little power more out.
Yep. Bruce, I got a question for you.
Yes, I do.
Did on those quantums that you were working on, did you check on how many head bolts were loose?
Yes, and they
How many are you getting when you're doing them? 4?
5 or 6 on the right hand side.
Yeah. And amazingly enough, did you see that it was leaking? It wasn't leaking, eh?
No.
No, I know. Quantums
Before.
are unbelievable. I've found some of the engines that I've worked on where all 8 were loose. I'm not talking about they're falling out. They're just loose and got to be retorqued.
You
And
know,
yet
yeah,
there was no
can't wiggle.
oil leak on the engine.
Right. I know.
Sorry
So
about that.
ever since for about 4 years now, I've been just giving them a skosh.
Yeah, little skosh. Yep, you got it. Yeah, and
Brett,
we paint stick them so we know that when we get it back, we've done it before.
Right.
And when
That's
we
a
get
good
them
idea.
back,
I
we
keep
check
forgetting
them
to do
again
that.
and they've loosened off again. Sometimes only 2 of them,
Mhm.
but always by the exhaust.
Thank you. Yeah, so this little tiny little bolt that's worth $6 US is going to cause me to part that engine out because I can only get $50 for that little mower.
Yeah.
There's no bag. There's no, and the side chute's already melted because somebody lifted it up and tied it in front of the muffler, so it's melted. The side chute.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's.
Hey Brett,
I'd
why
like
don't you
to-
post the model number of your chipper? We can look it up.
I'd like to fix it just to see if I'm exactly right. Sorry.
oh,
Let's carry on.
and we talking about blowers and stuff. What's that brand they sell on Amazon? It's that blue one. Oh, wow, something.
Blue,
Man, what's that? It's
like Snow Joe.
nah, it's Tucson equipment. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it. Save my life. People done many videos. Wow, something. Wow, yeah, Badger. Yeah, Wild Badger or something like that. So
Chinesium.
Oh yeah, Wild
Yeah.
Badger. Yeah, Wild Badger.
yeah, it's that blue colored, real dark blue looking plastic and stuff. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
Wild
Chinesium.
Badger, Yeah. Wild
It's right
Badger.
in the category of hyper tough and power.
Yeah, they've
smart.
offered me a bunch of stuff. They want to send me like 10 pieces of equipment. I was like, no thanks.
Good
oh
move.
yeah. And speaking of hyper tough, I bought that hyper tough 14-ounce grease gun. I made a big mistake.
Why is that?
I took the end off where you pull that rod out. I took that off instead of taking the top off. I'm like, man, I gotta try to get the thing, get that spring to be straight and stuff. But I finally figured out what's going on with the miniature grease gun by Hyper Tough. The piece you take out to put in the backside. It takes a certain Allen screw, and they had put some kind of funky Loctite on it. It took me a good while with a Allen wrench on my ratchet to get that thing out. I'm like, you got to be joking. But I finally got it. I finally got the miniature one working. I bought another one so I could have 2 of them. But that Hyper Tough, I found videos on YouTube how to load them, and they got a little piece of metal and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather have when you pull the rod out and it's got a little notch. You turn the rod and latch it in place. I'm like, yep. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm finally starting to walk better now.
Oh, what's that about?
I found out I started taking some silver 50 plus vitamins, Plus, they say as you get older, the arches in your feet start giving out. So I've got a bunch of padding and some arch supports in my boots. I'm getting there. My back don't hurt like it used to. But was it that one year, Ken, when y'all was looking at that lawnmower I had, that little Bolins? That day, those days I'd have to crawl on my knees. I couldn't stand up for nothing.
All
You
right,
look
so
like you're not in as much pain, Robert. You look better.
I haven't
Somebody
done
asked
anything
that
with-
question earlier about us
Yeah,
working
same
on
guy.
battery.
Yeah. The only thing I've ever worked on battery lately is like, oh, can you put the string in my trimmer? I don't know how to do
Yeah.
it. That's about
All
it.
we do is sharpen blades on them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
My neighbor has had one for years, an Ego, I think, and or no, the Cobalt one from Lowe's, and I don't think he's ever sharpened a blade on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That video.
Yeah, that's what we
Donnie-
use. The 40 volt, nice mower.
Yeah, but he's never sharpened any mulches. Like he has like shredded wheat on his lawn. He never
Yeah,
bags it. He just keeps running over it.
Like like I'm a
Yeah.
fanatic with like my lawn. The blades on them are really piss poor designed,
Hmm.
and it's a unique blade adapter. So
It
it's
is.
not like I can order a 20-inch Gator blade for like a Murray or an NTD and fit it on there.
Yeah.
It's no.
A guy came to me the
But
other
that's
day
why it's for the
with a
backyard.
Toro. He came to me with a Toro the other day. A good friend of mine called me up and he goes, "This blade's screwed up." So what do you mean? I said, "It's bent." It's not bent. It's not. It's actually that's the way they make them. The Toro blades have an actual bow to them,
They do.
Mhm.
and he,
Nice
thought,
lift.
he thought he hit something.
Ah,
Good man, that Jake. He's putting air in the tires on that snowblower for me with his little Milwaukee air compressor.
I like
my
that.
God, he-
Best deal he ever got.
How does he like that? What is it? The 12 volt or the M18?
It's it's the battery operated one. I think we got a 6 amp hour battery in it. I don't think we've ever pulled. I think I pulled it the other
That's
day
an-
to recharge
that's
it and
an-
still had a
that's
full
an-
charge.
Then it's an M18. If it's a 6 amp.
Yeah, it's
amp
an
hour-
M18. Yeah, great little tiny unit. It's only about crepe. It sits
Yeah.
on top of a filing cabinet. It's not very big.
I've
Can you
got one.
read it?
I've got one from Skill
Yeah,
that,
type
that-
it in
and-
the chat so we can see
but-
it.
but it has both a high pressure and a low pressure side, which is
Hold
kind of
on,
nice.
247. Wait, 247.
Yeah, the Milwaukee, you just, I don't know. Like
Oh,
the most we've went up to, I think, is 30 pounds on it, but it
Yeah,
goes up.
but
right-
that's the
Ah,
high
okay.
pressure side.
Yeah,
01.
Yeah, the one I have
I'm
is got a
tempted
low
to pick
pressure
up the
side.
12 volt one just for tractors when I go to pick them up, just to get them going into the truck. Nothing.
Yeah, you gotta have a round tire.
but don't want to dump on the battery operated equipment. It's got its place.
Yeah.
Like people that got small yards, they should definitely go out and get a battery operated machine. But if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to get one, you want to get a quality one, like something that's got a good warranty on it.
Mhm.
And for sure, you want a 3-year warranty on that battery. Like you don't want
You-
anything
you guys-
less.
Kenny, do you get 5-year warranty on the brushless Skill machines in the US?
I don't know.
We get 5 years on them here.
But
Yeah,
you know
Brett,
what?
that number is
There's
not
no
coming
telling
up.
on an electric motor that you're gonna burn out the
Oh,
brushes.
there was too many people talking at the same time. Hold on. What?
No, Brett put a part number out, the model number, but that A doesn't make sense. I've never seen one with an A in it.
Well, it's in there. That was taken right from the machine.
Wow.
And I also
Well,
had
seriously, I'm looking it up now, and it says it doesn't recognize it. 247.103A401 doesn't recognize it. Now, what is it? MTD? What's 247?
MTD. That's a yard man.
Hold on, let's see.
Well,
Nope.
if you look on that thing, that part number I had, that was the part number below.
Yeah,
it.
I've just never seen an A in a part number like that.
This is an old machine.
Yeah, my case.
It's got a Tecumseh 5.5 Enduro on it.
Well, okay, so Tecumseh stopped doing stuff in 2008.
Yeah, well, this isn't a Tecumseh part that I need. This is a machine part. This is a part for the vacuum, not the motor.
Oh, still,
Yeah, but yeah, Tecumseh. I think actually Tecumseh stopped.
Oh, you know what? It's not A4. It's A. Hold on. 103. Okay, it's 247 dash, not 247 dot.
oh,
My bad.
Craftsman is 247 dot, or I mean, Craftsman is like whatever dot. The yard
Yeah.
mean, if you type in 247 dash, it comes up.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry, Ken.
No, it's all right because I usually use a dot when I do that stuff.
I do too because I'm used to converting Craftsman numbers over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Craftsman uses the dot.
Yeah. That's like when I looked it up, that 536 prefix on Craftsman,
Yeah.
that's Murray or Briggs and Stratton now.
Yeah. The only
Used
thing
to
I
be-
saw was Repair Clinic comes up, but it's just a certain amount of parts. It's not diagrams. Does what is it?
1997.
What's that?
Is that
does
how old that
does
is, Bruce?
Does Manuals Live? Does
I just
Manuals
looked it
Live
up.
have a manual for it?
No, all I got's just the machine.
Yeah, no. Like I said, Repair Clinic has parts. 40. What does it say? They have 46 parts for it, but it's just like washers and screws and
Yeah.
the chipper blade. It has a chipper blade.
Okay, I got the,
In the US and Canada, the skill products, the brushless ones, 5-year warranty.
Okay, so that machine's 27 years old then.
That's pretty good.
Yep. It's just
He
like
needs
my
So battery powered, I know with Milwaukee and Cobalt, it's 5 years on the tool and 3 years on the battery. So I would assume for most battery powered equipment, they share something similar, as the machine has a different warranty than the battery. As far as doing repairs on these, I've only done blades. I refer them to a small engine shop that I actually use in a different town. And they says that the biggest issue that they have are control modules, that if they're telling me the right part, because a lot of people are still treating their battery powered equipment as gas powered equipment, and they're leaving it outside in the rain and in the elements. So once
Not good.
rain gets inside, it's over.
Yeah.
Pat, take
Interest.
your question real quick.
Sure.
What's your actual name there, so I can address you as that here?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's Jason, but it's just
Jason,
Jason, my
okay.
last
Oh,
name.
there we go,
Is my
Brett.
last name. You're
He
calling me
replaced
the right
It's
name.
really Abraham, but he goes by Jason.
I asked. I am subscribed to you, Pat.
Okay.
If you wanna
Well, if you
subscribe.
didn't know, Wayne, I'm related to Wayne. Wayne's actually my father's twin.
Yeah.
And if you see, do you see the resemblance? Do you see how he look? If you look a little closer,
There's just a big age gap though.
Now, it's interesting. One of the comments that somebody just put up was about young kids not wanting to do anything
What you
anymore,
got,
and
Ken? I can't see.
hard to get the young kids out there doing any work on anything.
That's what it shows.
Ken, what the hell is that?
That's the
That's
front
it.
of Brett's
Is that-
MTD chipper.
Yes. I've been
That's
See,
busy
that
the
looks
diagram.
totally
about
different
half
than
an
that
hour
thing that
now.
Robert
The
had.
only people that have that diagram, it's in what is it? E replacement parts.
replacementparts.com. Yeah.
If you type in
and
247
MTD has it on their site.
yeah, E replacement parts has it. But you need that whole front piece?
Yeah, I don't have that. I just have the hose.
$252.43.
There we go.
Yes, you're
There's-
not
there's
getting
the
that
best
front
part, though.
piece.
Nozzle assembly
Not available.
obsolete, not available.
I got a used one. I'll sell it to you for $175 US.
Yeah, but you know what's a killer though? Where's part number? What part number? It's at least give me the part number.
Because it's discontinued.
Yeah, but
It
they
just
should give me the
means they
part
don't
number.
want to
though.
talk to you anymore. Yeah.
What I
Oh, here's
did
the part
was,
number. Here you go. Here's part number. Hold on. If anyone wants to look it up, hold on.
If you search
That's
around,
at
you might find it.
631-086. That's or 0086.
Yeah.
That's the number I had on my little
You should
note
use
there.
that number and type in the word Troy built. Maybe you can find something. you know?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
But
yellow.
sometimes I'll use a different alternate MTD name and it comes up. you know?
Yeah, see, the original nozzle was yellow. I
Yeah.
don't care about what color the nozzle is. It
Mm.
could be purple.
Oh yeah, Greasy Wrench. We used to play cops and robbers, hide and go seek. We had a good time.
Okay, so when we talk about these young kids today, we just donated a bunch of engines, lawnmowers, snow blowers, carburetors to Niagara Falls High School that's opening
Nice.
up a small engine repair course.
Oh, nice.
Now he's got another load to come back and pick up, but the teacher, he's an automotive mechanic
Yep.
that got stuck with doing the small engine repair, so he needs help. So he asked if he could come down or email, or we could sit down and shoot the crap a couple of times just to help him out with some stuff that he might get into.
Hey, but you know what you tell him, Wayne? Seriously, if he
Yep.
wants to chat with us, I'll host a live stream if he wants to do it. In the
Oh,
park.
okay. So, anyways, the school is going to be buying all their parts off of Eliminator Performance when they
Oh,
need
nice.
them, provided I can get them. So that's
You
a
can
bonus.
deduct it. Deduct it.
But this is one of the issues that he brought up to me that I was really disturbed about.
What's that?
When you got a small engine repair course at a high school, you do repairs for people, and the people can only be charged for the parts. They can't be charged any for labor. It's against the school.
But they have to sign a non-liability waiver as well.
Correct. So here these
You're
kids
making too
are
much noise, Randy.
working on either, and in the automotive class, they're working on cars. We're talking about kids that are 14 years old.
Yeah.
Randy,
they're doing
I can't
maybe-
mute, buddy. You're making a noise.
Yeah, they're doing maybe
Oh.
a $200 to $300 job on somebody's car. They could be doing a $150 job on somebody's lawnmower. The person comes and gets their equipment, and they say, "Thank you very much. I'm going to drop off some pizzas next week or tomorrow or whatever." He said some of them had said they're going to drop off some donuts. So the kids are all pumped, like, hey, they're going to bring us donuts and they're going to bring us pizza. Guess what? They don't show up. So he says, I actually make a call saying, hey, look, the kids were really looking forward to that pizza that you were going to bring. And they say, oh, I totally skipped my mind. I forgot about it. I'm going to stop in tomorrow with it. And guess what? They don't come again.
Wow.
You want to talk about people that don't have respect? And he says,
Yes, because
it's
those
given-
kids are excited about that.
yes. And he says it's given the kids the wrong attitude about how life is. When you say you're going to do something, it's important that you follow through on it so the kids understand.
227.39.
Not available.
Yep. That whole machine's obsolete.
Yeah. I tell you, Wayne, I tell you, it'd be nice to help out the kids. I was thinking about that too. They had my buddy Myron. He's 94 years old. God bless him. He taught me some stuff about small engines, and he taught the small engine course one town over for like 25 years. It was a night school though for adults.
Yep.
He did
That's
it at
what
night
Jake
because
went
adults
through.
wanted to learn how to fix your lawnmower. Yeah.
Yeah, Jake learned everything he learned about small engines, started at a night course at Niagara College on small engine repair. And then
Mine, I actually learned at I went to a Jefferson County Joint Vocational School, which is for high school students, but I went as an adult student. And my teacher actually used to be an over-the-road truck driver. Then he worked in a lawn and garden John Deere dealership as a mechanic. And then he taught that course out there. And, he was a mentor, so he knew his stuff. And they wanted me one time to come out there and help teach. And I'm like, okay, it'd be okay if I was teaching adult students, but some of those high school kids, what's a good way to say they rather get in trouble than learn something?
Yeah, they don't have any respect.
Right. I didn't want to deal with that.
Well, I'm taking a run down to the Niagara Falls High School, and I'm taking donuts and pizza for the kids when I
Yeah.
line it up with the teacher. And
You're
I can
absolutely
say,
right.
don't worry about what other people do. You do what you're supposed to do. Be honorable and respect everybody.
Maybe I'm being prejudiced, but I'd rather teach people like you guys that are actually interested and willing to learn stuff. I mean, we're all mechanics here, but I'm just saying people like you guys.
I've got a nephew who just can't seem to hold a job. And I said to him one day, come over. I said, I will show you. You can make a shitload of money on your own time. And the area that he lives is megabucks. I said, you'll clean up.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. It's like,
I had a young 12-year-old kid show up with his parents to buy a horizontal engine off us that was fully serviced, running condition, and he wanted to build a go-kart. And I wanted $150 for the engine. So we fired it up for him, and he pulled out a plastic bag with $150 in it. It had change in it and everything. And I asked him, whose money is this? And he says, it's mine. I said, how'd you make it? He says, oh, I cut lawns and I work and clean up people's yards and everything. And I said, how much is in here? He said, well, you said it's $150. I said, you know what? $70 is good. It's yours. And he said, what? I said, take the other 80 and go out and buy yourself some tools. And mom and dad, at Christmas time, this kid wants to do some kind of small engine stuff. Buy him tools. Don't buy him like video games.
No.
Yeah.
Right. I had a kid. It was back when I was doing my K210, and he had a little John Deere 110 that had a cooler in it. And he came right from 40 miles out of town to my place, and he came 3 or 4 times, and we got his old engine running, right?
Mhm.
And it was one
And
of
the look on
one
their
of the most
face.
rewarding things I ever did.
But the best thing, Bruce, is the look on. Even me too. The time every time I fire a new engine for the first time, that look, and on a kid's face, priceless.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why we go like this when we do a video.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because it starts,
All right.
revs, it goes to 3,200, and you look at the camera and you go like that.
Yeah.
oh, Ken.
Well, you guys see me when I did that tractor in front of you guys?
Well, that was hilarious.
I'm ecstatic
Yeah.
till the first day. That's not a
Whatever
bad
happened
thing.
with that, Joe? Is that gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah, Ken.
We
When
had
you get
electrical
down,
trouble with it.
Remember, there was a different tractor I did live. Remember, there was that different tractor I did live in front of you guys. I think it was like around like winter time.
Mhm.
I think it was the red one.
Guys,
We were
I got to
thinking a
run.
head gasket.
I got to get some work cleaned up in the shop. The Chubby Butcher's coming over. We're watching the UFC at 5:00. We're cooking.
What's he bringing for dinner?
Jumbo all beef hot dogs, and he's bringing his homemade chili. So we're having chili dogs.
There you go.
Whatever
be-
you do
oughta
tomorrow,
be
don't
good.
get behind Wayne.
That's
All
what
right,
he
have a
said.
Wayne, those jumbo hot dogs, are those that big thick ones?
I don't know. I got
Those are
the
like
jumbo.
the big
I think they're
Nathans,
Schneiders.
Hank.
What
Oh,
I'd
they're
like to
good.
get is my hands on some of your hot dogs you got in the States. I think they're called, what are they, Salinas or something? They're the
Jumbo? Do you
I don't
eat
know.
it like? Do you eat it like
I
this?
think you're
Is
right,
that how
Wayne.
big they are?
It's
Or do
special
you-
made
like
hot
this?
dog they sell in New York State. I think it's,
Including the
Oh,
red
Nathan?
Well, there's
Nathans?
another one, Wayne.
What's
they
that
got
one?
They got
Nathans.
Nathans. Those are big.
no, it wasn't Nathan. I thought it started with an S. And it's
There's
supposed to
Hebrew
be
National,
the best
too.
hot dog in the world.
Oh,
then
Schneider.
there's that ballpark Frank they plump when you cook them.
Not
That's
like
better.
a plump hot dog.
Nah,
Yeah.
Ken, when you get a chance,
Take care, Wayne.
Okay,
Yeah, Wayne.
take care.
Be safe, Wayne.
post that picture of that part number again. I'll look that up on my Kindle tablet. They'll probably pull it up on eBay.
631-0086.
631.
Dash
0086.
Yeah. I'll look that up on my Kindle Fire tablet because that's the only way I can find that what I thought was the right part.
Yeah,
another
that's for the
thing-
newer style. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that thing was.
Oh, you know what he's
107.
talking about? I forget. Hold on. This is what Wayne's talking about.
Oh yeah.
What's
Yeah,
that?
When you go to like New York to a ball game or something, you always have the carts out in the street with the Sobrets.
Yeah.
Sobrets.
Yeah.
I don't want you
I
guys
still
laughing
think
at me,
Nathan's
but
is better.
there's a little restaurant by it right inside our condo courtyard in Mexico, and they have the best freaking hot dogs.
Around here, though, you know what we don't have around here? Which Midwest, the Red Hots. I wish we had.
Get
those.
your red hots.
Mm.
Yep. Yeah. No, but the other day, that video, if you could only see by Tonic, I kept looking at that car. I'm like, and I kept asking Google. I said, "What's that car?" First time it said 1966 Ford Mustang. Then next time it said 67 Chevelle. I went on my tablet, my Kindle Fire tablet, pulled it up as a 1963 Studebaker Lark Custom. I'm like, that's
I keep calling the guy and he doesn't answer. So then he tries calling me and I'm doing my stream. So it's like we're playing phone tag.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, I've done that before.
a eBay blower that he dropped off, whatever.
Oh,
You
that-
need an
yeah,
eBay
that-
blower?
It's an eBay blower, but it's called Tank, T-A-N-K or something. It's a weird brand. But the company that made it is called Justia out of Japan, but they do not offer parts. There are no parts. And I went on Alibaba at 1 o'clock this afternoon, or no, 12 o'clock. It was $148 for the whole blower. Then an hour later, it's $180. Now it's $194.
Yeah.
Is that anything like that Schroeder that you were working on? Ken?
No, this one, it looks a little cheaper than that.
Oh yeah, was it? There was a place down in Griffin, Woody's
Oh, here we
Chainsaw.
go. This is what we're getting every 5 minutes now.
What do we got here? Oh, that's that.
Your vote counts. Make sure you vote. I voted 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
did
You're
mine 2
undecided
weeks
still,
ago.
you
I
got
did it
problems.
You
before.
know, in Canada here, our elections are over in 3.5 weeks from start to finish. It's wonderful.
Oh, what does this mean?
Oh, if anybody's interested, I went and seen the eye doctor this past Thursday,
Oh,
and because of my glaucoma,
right.
the right eye, he said it is what it is. He says as long as it ain't bothering me, don't do nothing. You ain't gonna worry about it. But
Oh, did it?
my good eye said the pressures were good. Come back in 6 months.
Right on, man.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
What I'm worried about is the heart doctor in January. Are your pressure high? You got to continue to take the pills.
Well, you know what? I went to mine. I've had everything done this year. Everything's good. But my doctor says, oh, and you could lose a few pounds. And he's 100 pounds heavier than I am.
Don't you love it when they say, yeah, I had a doctor who's like 300 pounds. He goes, yeah, do you get to lose some weight? I go, you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you cut down, instead of 30 Twinkies a day, cut down to 29 and then tell me about my weight.
No.
It's okay. You know what? I lost 18 all by myself. It was terrible.
One thing I do got to do, though, and I'm probably going to catch hell for it, I'm a little bit delinquent on my ProTime test.
What was that? Prostate?
No. That's for the warfarin.
Oh, yeah. The rat
The
poison.
INR test.
The rat poison.
Yeah, the rat.
That's
Well,
what
I
it
was
is.
going to go on Eliquis until I seen how much they wanted for a month's supply of that. And I'm like, nope.
600 something.
But my
Yeah.
mother gets it, I think, from Turkey for like $100.
Well, I take the warfarin and it's only about $3 with my.
But she don't have to take it anymore because she had a what is it? The what's it called? Shit. What's that thing? Watchman. She had the Watchman put in. No more blood thinners for the rest of her life. She doesn't need them.
Perfect.
Does she have AFib?
Not anymore.
I mean,
Yep.
when she had that Watchman put in, did she have AFib?
Well, no. She would get bouts because of the Eliquis and stuff. So once they put the Watchman in, though, now she doesn't have to take it, so she won't get AFib anymore. She was getting it because of the thinners. But now that she doesn't take thinners, the Watchman blocks any clots from going into your heart for the rest of your life. Look it up.
See-
Watchman. Yeah.
Well, they've got me on it because I take.
How do you do it there?
Yeah, but
Because
seriously,
I have
look up the word Watchman. It's something that was pioneered here, I believe, in Bridgeport.
I take it because I have AFib. But
Yeah,
I
but
take a
really?
bunch of other medicines.
Yeah, but they're
Control
saying
the
this is more
AFib.
for the clotting. They said for clots.
Yeah, well, he has
like a
me
fuel
on
filter
stuff
for your
for
heart.
the actual AFib, but he's got me on the blood thinners for clotting. He wants it between 1.8 and 3.0. That's where he wants my INRs to be.
Oh,
Which is no
I got
big deal. I keep it right about in the middle. Last
I
INR
got-
I had it was 2.5. That's right.
I love how I name my customers.
yeah. Now, I got a question. This little plastic piece.
Hold on.
It-
What do you got?
This
That's
little
that.
plastic piece.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
We don't use it. We throw that out.
Yeah, because it said apparently it's supposed to go on this. I'm like,
Nah,
What the-
it's
That
just a
just
limiter.
keeps you from
That
that's just a
doesn't do
limiter
anything
cap.
anyway. I've
Yeah.
never had one of those where that screw makes a hell of a difference on anything.
Right.
Maybe it's there
Eliminated
for
it.
decorational purposes.
I've
only. I
actually
don't know.
broken them off on the head so they don't turn them by mistake.
Yeah, that's all they want. They want to cover it up.
Usually they're like broken off so you can't turn them. You know.
Right.
yeah.
Okay, you guys have to keep talking for 10 more minutes. Judy's washing the walls in the back entry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the fun part's gonna be the rod that goes to the butterfly, the solid rod. That's not gonna be the issue. It's just getting that little fancy spring put in this little hole. But I'm gonna
It
say,
is a magnifying glass, Robert.
yeah, If I can replace a carburetor on YS 4500, I'm gonna replace carb on an old 1995 8-horse Industrial Plus.
Right.
Now, the thing is, though, if something ever goes wrong with this pump, because this is a strange fuel pump. It ain't like Briggs Stratton, something like what's on my Kohler on my.
Hey, let me ask you something, Robert. If you take that fuel pump, seriously, if you take that fuel pump, you unscrew it and you look in the back, I guarantee it'll say McCuney on it.
Yeah,
McCuney makes 99.99% of them for Briggs, for Kohler, for Kawasaki, for everybody.
Yeah. And you can buy a rebuild kit.
It says McCuney.
The rebuild will be there tomorrow if you order it.
Yeah.
Doesn't
That's
Marlboro make them too, Ken?
They all make them, but usually the main factory, I think McCuney does in Japan.
And then they
Yeah.
private brand them then.
Yeah, they probably label.
Yeah. Main
Every
thing
one
is
I've gotten, even in a Briggs bag, says McCuney on the back.
the main thing was making sure that I took each individual fuel line off, the one on the gas tank.
Put in the right one so you don't suck fluid into your
Oil.
That'll fill
Well,
a crankcase up real quick.
No, but the thing is, I took each
yeah.
one and I found my Briggs Stratton fuel line and I measured it by each individual piece. But luckily, I've got it on right. I won't know. I did fire the thing up earlier. I sprayed some choking car clean in it. It fired right up.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna talk to Randy right now. How'd you make out with that saw? You back? I saw the video. You back up and running, or what's the deal?
Yeah. Now, so the problem, was the Tillotson carburetor and the needle adjustments for high and low were crooked, I guess. So they weren't going into the seat, and it was, I couldn't believe that it was really that way, and that's why I came on your show. I'm like, is this really what I'm seeing? It was bottoming out on the shoulder of the opening for the port, So anyway, I searched and found a Walbro carburetor model was identical, but turns out that that's discontinued also. And I had this guy from Utah that said he claimed he had it. He sent me one, but it was just a Chinese knockoff that didn't even have the port for the fuel pump built into it and the surge hole. So back to square one. Well, I found a used Tillotson HK carburetor off a 945 Olympic chainsaw, used, of course, and they sent it to me. The only problem with it just needed the gaskets replaced in it, and otherwise it was in perfect condition. So I just swapped the parts I had already purchased and put in my carburetor, put it in it, and it actually runs. So it's
what kind of
great.
saw is it, Randy, that you got?
Olympic, but it's gone by many names.
EFCO, like the EFCO saws from Canada.
Yeah, EFCO, Oleomac 945, same number, just different names that they promoted.
I wonder
it
if that's the same EFCO that used to make saw sharpeners.
You know what I got? I was working on one of those this week, Randy.
Really?
And yeah, a friend of mine gave it to me, and we were talking about this. Fix it when you can get to it. It's been under my bench for 3 years, and I finally pulled it out. I think it was because we were talking to you, and frustratingly, it'll run for 15 seconds and then pop out. So, but it hasn't been ran for 25 years, probably. So I'm with you, brother. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you.
But
hey, Bruce, since you're in Canada, have you ever worked on a Pioneer?
Oh, lots of them.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Now,
I've heard that that's the Canadian.
Lots of them means like 6.
I've heard the Pioneers are considered the Canadian muscle saws.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, so I got this running fine, but I noticed it was pumping out the bar oil as it was running. I tried shutting it down. It would not shut off. It was just pouring oil out like crazy. So I pulled the little pump out, and it's got several O-rings on it. It's got 4 normal round O-rings and 2 square cut O-rings. Well, I can get the round O-rings, but I have not had any luck getting the square cut rings. I can show you here.
Well, that's what happens with the Makita or Mikuni carburetor. They have square O-rings.
You see that okay?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And so this is the square cut ring.
Yeah, but that's called a quad ring. They call those quad rings. Don't look up the word O-ring. Look up quad.
Quad.
Quad,
Okay.
yeah, because it's shaped like an X, the cross section. They call them quad rings.
Good call,
Oh, is that
Ken.
what it is?
Yeah. Look up quad ring.
Okay.
Minnesota Rubber makes them, a bunch of companies, but they're called
Is-
quad rings.
Does that saw have a 16-inch bar on it, Randy?
It does. Yes. And this thing, the pump part is in good shape. It obviously works really well, but I'm assuming that the problem is the O-rings is not letting it
It's bypassing it.
close. So it's just like an open valve, and it just pumps oil like crazy. So while the engine's going, I got to be able to, run out of bar oil quickly once I fix that. So, so I've
What
got
happens if you crack the bar cap loose after you shut it off and take away some of the pressure?
I haven't tried that.
Yeah, because it is engine pressure that.
I had a Lombard that was doing that many years ago, and whenever I'd shut off the saw, I'd open the bar cap and let it just blow the pressure off. Then
Can we have a look at
Randy,
that?
hold on. They call if you go. There's a company called HL Supply. I call them quad rings. They call them oil pump X rings.
Nice.
All
Okay.
different sizes. So go on HL Supply, and they
writing
call them
that down.
X rings.
Hey, Randy, do you have that saw? We can have a little look at it.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, it's right here.
There, he's got the saw.
Oh, mine's older than that.
That's
Mine
This is
doesn't
Olympic.
have-
1985.
Mine doesn't have a rubber handle.
This here, this isn't. Well, yeah, I guess maybe it is rubber covered.
No, and the
Yeah.
case is steel too.
Oh
Put a-
yeah, and this is aluminum. This is aluminum. But
It's
yeah,
nice.
all the indicators have worn off. There's no labels anymore, and it'd been so long since I had looked at it, I'd forgotten what the model was. But I actually found my paperwork. I found the original receipt, and
Wow.
it didn't really come with a manual per se. It was more like a promotional brochure, but
Right.
it said the model number on it. So that when I was looking for the replacement carburetor, that's how I've dug up my records and found it. I couldn't believe I actually found it after all these years.
Good for you.
But yeah, but anyhow, you can see I've had to replace the breather hose, and I've replaced the take up hose for the fuel
it's
to
gonna-
go to the car.
okay.
And they don't make that anymore either, but fortunately it's a standard size down in there where it goes through the tank. So I just ordered off Amazon and took a chance, and it worked fine. So
I'm getting
I'll bet-
old. To me, that's not an old saw.
I bet that thing's old. I
Okay.
bet that thing's loud.
oh, it's loud. Oh yeah, and heavy.
I gotta get a
It's-
sandwich.
It's quite
Well,
heavy.
I'll tell you what. I bet it ain't as loud as an old Homelite XL12. Those things pop your eardrums.
Well, I always wear hearing protection using it. It's just, it's just too loud. Besides, I've lost enough hearing over time as it is.
Well, I had a C91 that I was working on probably about 30 years ago, and it had sat with gas in it for 15 years. So whatever was in that tank
Oh,
literally turned into molasses. And back then, I was still able to get Homelite parts. I completely redid that entire fuel system. I painted that saw up and cleaned it up, and I was running it out in my backyard. I was cutting up
Cool.
test cutting. It ran 404 chain, by the way. And I went down to the auto parts store, which isn't far from me, and I was talking about that saw. And one of their delivery guys had just got back in, and he overheard me talking about it. He goes, "Yeah, I heard that saw clear down here in the parking lot." Yeah, that C91 was it was loud. Not high RPM, but loud.
hey
I
Ken,
think that
what was the
thing
name
only
of that
cranked
company again?
9,000 RPM. That was it.
HL Supply.
HL Supply. Okay.
Yeah. If you guys
Yeah.
ever been on the OPE forum, Outdoor Power Equipment forum, all the technical questions? If you type in OPE forum, HL Supply puts that out. It's a forum for all small engine questions for everything from chainsaws to tractors to mowers to everything. OPE forum. It's a good forum. It's as popular as Arborist site. The ones that use Arborist site.
Yeah.
We just got a
Well,
hold
I
of
just-
an MS-250 earlier this week, steel,
Yeah, I got a few of those. Yep.
and we're reselling it. Well, I was telling my cousin about it. He lives in North
Yeah, it's a
Carolina.
homeowner firewood saw.
Well, he's got a tree service in North Carolina,
Yeah.
Pure Green Tree Service. He texted me. He says, if you ever get any more good use steel saws, let me know. And I said, as a matter of fact, I just got an MS-250 with a 16-inch bar. He
Yeah,
goes,
But
he
for
goes,
a company,
I
though,
want that.
they may burn it out. That's more for like homeowner, like like a wood cord saw for homeowners. It's not built for day-to-day 8 hours of cutting.
No, no, this is for him personally.
Okay, yeah, because it's a clamshell saw, so it's really made for partial time use. That's all.
Yeah, he's got pro saws with his tree service.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter is, he just bought, and yesterday was going to be the first day for it. He just bought him a used, but good condition. He just bought him a new Vermeer BC 1000 chipper.
Vermeers, they're good. They're expensive. Vermeers.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If you've ever followed Guilty of Treason on
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen them.
he just got him a new Moorbark BVR 16.
Yeah, Mobarks are good. They got 6 cylinders in them usually. Yeah.
Well, the one he got's got an 8.
Oh, does it? Yeah. I follow like August Hunnicky, those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Those guys are brave or crazy.
Oh yeah, 80 feet up, like dangling.
Well, some of them ones that Guilty has climbed have been. It's like I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah. Uh-oh, look who's here. Kobe.
No.
No, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Fresh shave. Looking handsome,
Yeah.
Mr. Dovey.
That's
Yeah.
yo.
I'm trying
What's
this.
up, Tom?
I'm trying this old laptop.
Working so good.
Is it coming through pretty good?
No.
yep.
Yeah.
I don't think I was
Oh.
supposed to.
Yeah. I just looked up that machine Brett was talking about. There's this one, and that one. So Brett's got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug,
Which
you don't
one?
need the expansion chamber in a piece of lawn equipment because you're not looking to get the reverse pulses to give you the power. You don't care what you lose to exhaust in a piece of lawn equipment, but you do in a race situation.
Well, yeah, you do have different baffles depending on whether it's
No,
being a
but
Ford.
the expansion chamber is to reflect the exhaust pulses back in so you don't lose the power coming out. And then you don't need it in a lawnmower.
No, but the baffles, say on a chainsaw, is also on a trimmer, 4-stroke, 2-stroke, they're different.
Yeah,
the
you want
baffles-
it anti-reversion. You'd rather have it pulse back so you don't lose the energy.
Yeah.
Oh, what's Gary got? Looks like a Honda.
Hey guys, how are you?
It looks like it looks like an HRS 45.
What's that? Like
Man, you have the best junk.
15?
That's a nice tractor.
He has the
That is
best
a,
junk.
it is a
Yeah, the
Honda
light- the
4514.
Oh, that's got
I've-
that liquid cooled.
Yeah,
half
sounds
inch
like
It's
a
Pacific
15
engine.
volts.
That's right. So we got ourselves a Honda 4514, and it's in for a clutch cable, PTO clutch cable replace.
I remember back when that tractor was sold new, they were pricey. That was about
Very pricey. It's about $6,000. You're absolutely right. I've had this machine apart at down to the frame rails, and as a matter of fact,
All
I
for a
got.
clutch cable?
Yep. So I've had to do the PTO clutch is new radiator, timing belt and the water pump behind here, which is a real pain in the ass to get. You either pull the whole engine out or you take the pedestal apart, you take this whole piece out. New drive dampers, the rubber dampers here. The coupler has some special paste so it doesn't do this anymore because they don't make that part anymore. New belts, and what else have I done? New bearings, new belts, new pulleys. This guy has wanted to keep this in tip-top running condition. He has this 4514 and 2 3813s that have been fully restored by me. And the only thing that I've added extra is the needle bearings, so it makes it a lot easier to turn the wheels.
Oh yeah.
But
I've
right
seen
now,
those videos. Does that really make a difference?
it does make a difference. It does. Now the only problem here.
Cost now.
Oh, this costs anywhere from $500 to $800 new used in good running condition, but it's very laborious to have to work on because of the timing belt and the water pump in the back. I've seen Musty. He got one of these a few years back, and I actually caught crap for telling him that he did it wrong because he pulls the battery out. He couldn't get to this back here because he didn't know to pull the motor. He cuts the battery tray and then he re-welds it. I'm like, come on, really? Are you that lazy? But I got crap for saying that. But yeah, anyways, the cable goes back here, around the back, up to here, and this is the clutch cable, the arm lever to engage the blades. The end piece broke, and it was like $50 for it. But when I had to get it over here, where this clutch piece is, it's in between. I have to take the radiator out, or at least move it out of the way. Try to do that. I got to take the hood off to get to it. The other end is right below the PTO clutch behind it, and I'm really trying to not take it out.
It's built just like their cars.
Hey, Gary.
Exactly.
Honda
Very
quality. But you can
very
thank them for all the
complicated.
money you made.
Oh yeah,
Can you start it?
yeah, I can.
I want to hear that.
They're usually pretty quiet.
They're very quiet, but I don't want. I have everything.
Like that 45
don't hurt it.
years
His
ago.
carbon monoxide detector is going to go off.
Well, it's a carbon. Well, I don't want to really start it up right now because I'm going to have to take the whole. I have to take the whole thing up. I'm hoping I can just lift this all the way out, bungee cord it, so I can work underneath here. But I got to pull the hood off first. Just figured I'd show you guys. You know, I know how to. I've had this thing down to the frame rails.
That thing's as old as that is. That thing's clean.
This is 1986 to be exact.
Well,
That's clean.
Hey, Ken, if somebody's in the basement, you can take me down.
no. But Robert's trying to come back, which is fine. But at this point, I thought Clem or somebody was there too. But they're like fighting because I see like on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Then it says people are trying to get in.
Well, it's kind of a Honda.
Because I got to go help Trudy get the vacuum the water out of the stairs.
Uh-oh.
This is a bit of a smorgasbord of Honda. So I got that. I got a Honda EU 3000i that I got to go just do basic maintenance on. And then I have a Honda HRX with a GCV 200 on there that needs a full service. He hasn't done anything to it since May of 2020 when he bought it new. And it's smoking like a banshee. So my guess is that there's something major going on with it.
Yeah, head gasket.
Probably a head gasket.
Focus back on that mower again, Gary. I wanted to see the handle on it.
Oops, sorry, guys.
There's Jet.
Johnny.
How are y'all?
Hi, John.
What do you need to say?
You got the same thing I do, except mine's got the 190.
Okay. Yeah, the GCV.
GCV 190. I love that mower.
This thing runs very smooth.
How you doing, John?
Now, is that one of the ones that was affected by that camshaft recall?
Yeah.
I think so.
Thanks,
I
Ken.
think there was a certain serial number to a certain serial number that was.
I don't think the 200s were included in that.
Yes,
was the
they were.
All right,
They were because Terrell did a
And
thing.
it's quite dirty.
And even Bree mentioned something on it too on one of her videos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it sounds good, but it's. I think because he's
Or a Velvet.
No, the whole motor comes apart. Honda
whole
junk.
motor comes apart.
Honda
Yep.
junk. Honda junk.
I'm gonna look into that before I do really start digging into that, but that's a later job for sure. This thing is going to be a pain in my rear. I have to work on this, but you know, it's this thing is built to last. Like I said, I've had this thing down to the frame rails and fully restored it for this guy, and he's paid me very well for all the trouble and the crap that you have to go through with these machines. But there's a cult following.
That's that camshaft thing there that Ken had. I think that's what that was.
Don't you love customers like that? I wish I had more like
Well,
that
these-
actually value and appreciate machines.
Yep.
I only have
He-
like maybe one or two of them, but not as
So
expensive as yours.
he cuts the grass with this one. He has another one that he carries a little yard cart with that, you know, he,
Yeah. Greasy when it
it's
starts
just,
kicking in your arm, when it starts kicking back on you, then you got to take it in.
That's great. No, that's great.
Well, if you send that in, I think that's still. I think the dealer still will honor the thing for that. I think.
well, if he does, then there'll be one less thing I have to work on, and I'll have the guy.
Because I just
The
talked
only
to
places that around here, I think, is Wallingford, which is about 40 minutes away. Oh man,
You ever do any carb cleaning videos, Gary?
why?
There's not enough on the internet.
We got
Yeah.
Bruce.
We got the
That was for you,
Carb-
Tom.
carb cleaner videos are a dime a dozen. The
No.
carb is
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
close to get on this here.
It's
The
Tom.
king of carbs.
Yes.
Who's the king of carbs? Who's the king of carbs?
Right
Oh,
there.
there's what I wanted to see.
Tom Carvey.
Side view of the motor there. That's what I wanted to see.
You want to see it a little better? It's not often you see these things and in such nice condition.
Yeah. The last one I saw wasn't that clean. That's why I wanted to see yours.
Well, it is perfect.
Yeah.
Looks like new.
He bought it new in 1986. I mean, it's seen its share of use, but like I said, I've power washed it. I've done even replaced the behind here where the PTO clutch is. When I had the clutch off, I said I'm going to change out. It was leaking. It's the oil pump that's right behind it. There's a seal that goes around that. And I did like a 45-minute video on this a few years back, but ever since then, I've been taking care of it ever since. What really scares people with these machines is that they tend to be extremely laborious, as I mentioned. But check this out. I don't know how well you can see it, but hold on.
I think, yeah, Ken will blow that up. There, that's what I wanted to see.
So look at where the starter motor is. The starter motor is actually part of the motor mount. There's your solenoid and there's your starter motor behind that. To replace it, you have to take the whole motor out in order to replace the starter motor.
Wow.
Starter
Honda
motor.
Ingenuity.
Look at the
Starter
size
motor.
of the oil filter on that.
Yeah, this is massive. This is actually a motorcycle engine that's been adapted for it. So I
I thought it
changed.
was more like a Honda Civic engine, and they just hacked 2 cylinders off.
No, it is a true, you got I replaced the ignition coil and the timing belt and the water pump after 30 years. And what's interesting with these is that there's a 9 kilo ohm resistor inside these spark plug heads that they will eventually rot and corrode and fail. So if you're missing a misfiring on the cylinder and you change the ignition coil and you're still not getting a spark, it's this piece here. You can take them out and rebuild them.
Very nice.
Okay, now I got a question. I know somebody that has
Take care
a
now.
Honda. They said that when they parked it, it ran, and then when they tried to get it out the next season, no
Yep.
spark. And they checked all the interlocks and everything, no spark, and they couldn't find any manual or anything on that.
So then there is a service manual over here. You can oh wait, here.
What's this here? This is
Here, if you guys want to research that for me, I'll give you this. If it is a recall, here, let me go and do that here for you.
Yeah, that's for that Honda.
Okay, is that clear enough for?
Yeah, hold on.
Somebody could screenshot that maybe.
Can you screenshot that?
MAMA.
1073810. Ooh, that was a loud ringing.
What model is it?
Ow.
What model?
HRX 217.
Is
K
it
as in K.
MA 148 4182?
MAMA. That you need the serial number?
148 4182 starts it.
1073810.
That's not, no, it's 148 1,484,000 to 1,734,000.
So this doesn't apply then.
It doesn't apply.
Nope.
Well, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you for
yours
doing the
was
research
after,
for me.
Yours was after the fact, so
No,
you got lucky,
No,
Gary.
hold on. Is it a GCV 200 or an RE?
GCV 200.
All right. Okay. Good.
All right. Yeah, like I said, he said he was getting.
notice though, because the recoil start pulling out of your hand. That's how you notice.
Yeah,
Well-
it's a decompression function that isn't working.
What happened? I think what happened was because I don't see any oil slick around here, guys. I think what was happening because he said he does have a bank. He said that I think it was this.
The
was causing
governor
it to.
shafts leak on those as well. A lot of those governor shafts.
I did see that on there as well, and I do see oil slick.
Eliminator did a video with the seal part number that you can put in there. It's got the recess for the seal. There's just no seal from the factory.
Well,
All right, so how about this? You said he cuts on an angle. Is he cutting in the wrong direction where the air filter is facing down? Because I've had that with the customer.
Yeah, I believe because he did it like this.
You get oil.
I believe he did it like this. Well, and the reason I was turning it around for you guys was I figured, I appreciate the.
Yeah. I've seen them when they face down to the valve cover, they'll suck it in the guides.
Hold on, let me get a flashlight. Sorry, guys.
But I know on
the
some
sun.
engines, there's actually a counterbore there for a seal, but they didn't include it. Jake has a video on that.
Yeah, I put it in
Jake has
mine. It's
one.
nice. You can get those little seals. It's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, you can't see it's behind there.
No, but
Yeah, no, but I could see all the slick in there.
Oh, can you?
It's-
Yeah. I know. I have a pressure washer.
Yeah, there's a better.
Pressure washer with the 160, and it leaks like hell out of there.
No, I fixed that. Oh, here's the.
There's that spec number right there on the flange.
I don't know how well I can get a picture of you guys. GJA UK 1083021 M as in Mary, Y as in yellow 03. It's got the little QR code there too, but I can't get it in the screen here. I think that's the only place that it's leaking. Very, very little.
I will give the GX 170 and the 200 this. They went back to their roots as far as carburetor R&R. They went back to the studs in the head instead of the.
He hit
bolts
this.
went
His
through.
son did. His son hit the valve cover.
Yeah, but don't buy the cast valve cover that's used on the GX 190.
Okay, it's the same. Well, if it's not leaking, it's not leaking.
No, but
I
I'm
wasn't
saying
going to mess with it.
I have a landscaper. I've done a half a dozen for him because he leaves them in the back of his pickup truck. And start.
But it's too close to the valve guide, so you got to watch out. It holds the
Sorry about
valve
that.
open.
Well, and then if you guys if you can send me those parts, I don't.
Yeah, that valve cover on that one looks like somebody ran it into a tree.
He admitted that his son, which Gen Z these days really doesn't like to do much of anything, but he said that his son ran into the side of the deck, but it's not leaking.
It happens.
It happens. I got
I mean, the new 170 and 200s, they don't have the belt inside, so there's a little more room inside that cover.
What's up, man? How are you? I hear you. Appreciate you. You have a good day, man.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys doing the research for me. If that was part of the recall, I was gonna, give them some news. At least they could fix that, and they might as well do the full service on
Look at
top
that.
of it.
Even the paint on the
they'll
deck
only-
was actually
they'll
intact
only-
on that thing.
They'll only do it if it has.
Which part?
I said even the paint on the side of the deck is still intact on that HRS tractor.
There's the
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the camshaft.
But that's for a 160 or a 190.
Yeah,
It'll-
because
yeah,
it's
but it'll
got that
fit on the other
smile
ones
on
too,
it.
as far as I know. No.
No.
Like your-
No, it doesn't
like
work
your
on the
shop
170s
look,
and
Gary.
200s.
Oh, interesting. I know it works on the one.
What was that, Clem?
But I like your shop slippers. Those are nice.
They're not. They're actual rubber-soled slip-on shoes.
Oh, okay.
As long as
He's
they're
got
not-
his He's got his hey dudes on out in the shop.
Yeah.
Hey,
They're
I'm
comfortable.
Not hey dudes. I wear hey dudes to church. What are you doing, Cat?
I saw this the other day. I'll share it with you. I'll send it to my son.
Yeah,
This is how stupid you look.
Yeah. Crap.
Oh, the fuzzy.
Crocs. Crocs are all good for trout fishing. That's about it.
How's your cat
Yeah,
doing, Ken?
What's that?
I said, how's your cat doing?
You're all right so far. Knock wood.
Well, this little guy here decided he'd come up and join in the conversation. He always seems like he comes up whenever he hears Stella. I don't know.
Oh, he loves women.
Yeah, Charlie likes Stella.
He's a pussy whisperer.
There we go.
Uh,
My daughter texted me about dinner tomorrow for my birthday, so this is what I sent her.
Oh, it's your birthday. Yeah.
Tomorrow, but this is what I sent her. She said dinner tomorrow. Dinner tomorrow. So I said,
I don't know how close the microphone is, but listen to him.
I can't see. I'm busy being Susie
no,
Home.
she thought I wanted a whole turkey and everything. I said, no, just a turkey breast. So Monday we're having turkey.
Oh, good.
We're
your
sitting here
favorite
talking
meal?
about
happy birthday,
about
Ken.
small engines, and Charlie's over here imitating the Briggs. He's purring. Sounds like a Briggs.
Is that like Beetlejuice? You say Briggs 3 times and he shows up?
John, out of the
No,
whole
you got to summon
cranberry
it. You got to
sauce,
stare through a 7/8 wrench and call handyman.
I can't hear what Hank is saying. And he hasn't said anything in a long time. So, Hank,
No, I said out of the whole meal, Ken likes the cranberry sauce the best.
What's so wrong with cranberry sauce?
But I like the jelly cranberry sauce is good, but I like the berry cranberry sauce too.
I love cranberry juice. I can't get past cranberry sauce. I don't know.
I don't like cranberry sauce either. I don't run it on a
Nothing like a sandwich after the meal. With the cranberry.
on a turkey bun the next day.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Pop.
I like cranberry
Hi, little
juice,
girl.
but I can't have it.
No,
because
I'm online with him.
It actually interferes with the work.
Video bomb.
Makes it.
No, never seen an engine this clean before.
Just a puppy.
That's why I wanted to show him.
My truck.
Yeah, I was gonna say Frank's engine's spotless, clean.
Did
like
you have
that.
his ears cropped, Gary?
No, her ears are what they call teepee. That's the new puppy. That's
my bunghole.
she's going to be 13 weeks on Tuesday. She's going to be 13 weeks, and no, we give her a $3 marrow bone, and the muscle in between the ears will cause her ears to go up. So that's right around the time they're supposed to. And if they don't go up, then you actually go and you put some tape around them. Like, thankfully, we don't have to do that.
My buddy had a great name. They had him trimmed and cropped.
Yeah, I mean that's how it goes for.
That's the old machine.
Hey Gary,
Yes, sir.
look here. This guy's 17.
God bless him.
Pretty erect.
We talked about that yesterday. Everything over 10 is a blessing. So.
Yeah, exactly. Anything over 10.
Especially for a cat.
Well, a cat can,
My brother-in-law's cat's 22.
that's really good.
But diabetic. It needs needles and this and ointment.
Get time to get rid of it.
Well, in grade 1 and he was
Dallas is going to be
left home at 20.
our border collie and shepherd mix. He's going to be not 8 years old in March. That's when we got him. We don't know his exact birthday, but most of the time, purebred German shepherds don't last beyond 10 years old most of the time, unless
It's like hip dysplasia or what?
Well, no, she was because the cancer usually she had an anal carcinoma and it had spread to the lymph nodes and it killed her in 3 months. So it's just by the time she showed signs. But so Tala, that's her name. It's Native American for wolf. She's actually related to my in-laws dog. She's the aunt. Her sister is the mother, and she's AKC, all that good stuff. But hopefully we get 10 years out of her, but you never know. They don't live as long as you want them to. They never do.
If I had a fenced yard, I'd get one, but my yard is.
Was your last one a male?
It was a female.
Oh, okay, good.
Hey,
So
Charlie.
easier to handle.
Yeah, I would say so.
I got to
Yes.
give this guy steroids every other day because he's got lymphoma.
wow.
Yep, Dallas. Yeah, Dallas is our border collie takes prednisone every day because he's got an autoimmune disorder.
Now, how do you give yours? Is it a liquid or a pill?
Pill.
Mine's a liquid, and I just mix it in his canned food. He still
I
works
guess we hit the 2-hour mark, Kenny. I'm gonna scoot out of here, guys. It's been a blast. You all say
Bye,
hi.
Klaus.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
gonna,
Klaus.
we're gonna go to the
Thank
Have a good one.
Yeah, me
Hi,
too.
Klaus.
I need to-
Enjoy, guys.
Appreciating my
I need to go
family
too.
photo
Thank
of
you,
being
Ken, for
eliminated.
bringing me back.
Take care, Randy.
All right, take care, guys.
Questions on that? I'll look up those X rings. So,
I'll bring my sign next
have a
week,
good rest of your
Randy.
day.